Welcome back to episode 249 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. My name is Josh. I'm here with Baba Louie. I'm here with Phil.
How you doing, Josh?
It's two guys from Minnesota and a Canadian with a very special relationship to cake. Welcome to the Gong Show.
Gong Show. In the last 45 minutes, I've gone from excited to start the show to concerned that a Windows update, even though I tried to log into our platform 30 minutes early, was taking forever, never, to then my audio driver is not working again and going through homicidal rage. And now I'm back. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm doing right now, but best laid plans, Phil.
I've been ready for an hour. I don't know what you've been doing.
I know. I've been sweating over here. And we got to get the show done because we got a big winter storm coming. And Louis got to keep the road safe for the state of Minnesota. And you're going to be driving in that truck all night, probably listening to past episodes and reminiscing and crying. And
Crying. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just going to get right into it then because I've been farting around and you guys have been sitting with your thumbs in your bums. But quickly, before we get started, just a reminder that our show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, is a Patreon podcast. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means we rely on support of listeners like yourself to help us cover show expenses, continue to produce more and better hockey hobby content, and fun initiatives, even a small way to grow the hobby. Very easy to support us. That's less than a cup of coffee. It's amazing that $5 a month is less than a cup of coffee. Yeah, it's for as little as $5 US a month. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, go to the Patreon website directly, patreon.com, search for us, Hockey Cards Gong Show, or for the good listener, in our description on the podcast apps, there's a link there, and then a link on YouTube, and in our Instagram, TikTok profiles as well. Baba Bluey, Baba Booey, Boo Boo Lubu, whatever your name is. We have 2 new patrons since our last show.
Oh, no. I missed one.
Oh yeah, one was today. So we're gonna have to do a makeup, but we'll mention them anyways.
Yeah.
So we got JB who joined out at $2.99. Thank you, JB.
Thank you, JB.
Thank you.
And then, do you have JBs or? Oh yeah, and then Dom Frito. You missed JB. Sorry, JB.
I did.
We'll do something special.
Name. Dom Frito.
Yeah, that's kind of is he a mobster? Or do we
what Fredo? I get maybe it's Dom Fredo.
Yeah, Dom Fredo. Oh yeah, Fredo.
Right. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
And then finally, still Phil. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
I just cleaned up my Instagram. I got like 300 people off and I forgot to do that. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
I'll have to do that later.
I should probably say I apologize if I had to make some cuts on my Instagram. If you haven't posted if you haven't posted in over a year, you're gone. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh. Okay. Louis.
Yeah.
Let's do the game plan, bud.
All right, let's do the game plan. So, starting off the show, get to know your Hall of Famers. Then we go into Hobby Deep Dive Sets Edition. Then it's off to Hobby News, followed by 22-23 Fleer Ultra with Billy Celio. Then 23-24 Parkhurst Champions Instant Reactions. Phil just opened a box.
Yeah, well, we were waiting for you, Josh. I opened up a box of hockey cards. That's how much time.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? You can't say that. You haven't seen the movie. You're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say it. Yeah. You're not allowed to say I'll be back either because you haven't seen Terminator 2.
Hey, Phil, do you love Danny Heatley?
Yeah. Josh, don't. Yes, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. I got my finger on the volume. Don't.
Did you hear my...
Go ahead, Louis, personal pickups next? What's after that?
We got Fanatics Weekly Hockey Preview and then personal pickups.
No, Louis, this is between me, Phil. Look at the wall. Louis.
Yeah.
I clipped from one of our clips this sound effect, so we can use that anytime we want. Phil to say yes.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah.
Phil,
I don't know about that. What?
Phil, am I always right?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, that's my new sport on the show. Okay, we got to start our show.
Okay.
Because we want to, and there's good information here. We're going to continue get to know your Hall of Famers. We have just 2 players left to profile from the 1947 Hockey Hall of Fame class. In this series, it's where we take a brief look at the lifetimes, hockey achievements, and hobby market for every single Hockey Hall of Famer. Oh, speaking of that, do you guys want to take a guess? Because I was curious, like, well, how long is this segment going to last? How many players do you think have been elected into the Hockey Hall of Fame?
We're doing every single player of all time.
Yeah, from the very beginning till the very end.
We're
the
going to
latest-
be dead by the time.
We may be.
I got to retire.
Well, you got to guess how many.
1,000?
Okay, what do you think, Louis?
1,000? Holy cow! 590.
All right, here we go. Here's the answer: 306. So it's a 306 episode bit there that we chose. Well, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Hey, we're going to get to Alfredson, so that'll be good.
Good call.
Yeah. And one of those 306 players is Russell Bowie. He's today's Get to Know Your Hall of Fame player. You a big Russell Bowie fan, Fiddler or Louis?
Never heard of him. Yeah.
I didn't either.
You guys like
Okay,
David Bowie? Were you a big David Bowie guy?
Yeah.
Me?
Oh, really? Well, I'm talking to two of you. You could be one of them. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. When he died, everyone, I never knew there were so many David Bowie fans in my life. You know, I
really?
respect them. Yeah. There was just when he passed away there a couple of years ago. Holy moly. Big dent in the music industry. Yeah. A lot of fans of him. I didn't know.
Yeah, he was an artist. I appreciated him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ground control to Major Tom. Okay. Russell Bowie. Russell George Alexander Russ W. Bowie.
Crabby pants.
Oh, that's a lot of names. Lived from, a little bit, 1880 until 1959. He was a hockey player, hence, I guess, why he's in the Hall of Fame. And his career lasted from 1896 until 1908. His entire career was played with the Montreal Victorias. Loyal guy, I guess, eh?
Mhm.
Bowie played both center and rover and made his senior debut at the Victorias in 1899. In 1901, he scored 7 goals in a single game. Then 2 weeks later, scored 6 goals in a game. That season, he finished with 24 goals, which was 14 more than the second highest goal scorer. I think he won one cup in 1908, I believe. Over his career, he'd almost averaged 3 goals per game and led the league in goal scoring 5 different times. Now, 1909, this is where it kind of gets a little bit interesting with Russell Bowie. All the major hockey leagues turned professional. And our boy Russ W. was another one of these staunch advocates for amateurism. He basically said, I'm going to retire. I refuse to get paid to play hockey, so I'd rather quit.
How does it, can you educate me? What is the difference between amateur and professional? Like, how does an amateur team classify themselves as professional? Is it a certain amount of games they have to play? They have to abide by a governing body's rules? What is
you're paying your players to play.
And that's the only metric.
I think it's the main one. If not, there might
Okay.
be some more.
Okay.
But so I'll give you guys an example. So I went to college on a full scholarship called the Evans Scholarship.
You did? Josh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
On for athleticism?
I
or
would no
academic?
good looks.
Yeah. That was good.
Well,
No, but seriously.
Phil, you think I'm good looking?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Now here's the story. So when I grew up, I worked at country clubs as a golf caddy. Like hoity-toity fancy country clubs. And there's a scholarship called the Evans Scholarship that helps caddies go to college for free. And it was an awesome deal. 4 years at the University of Minnesota, everything's paid for. How it started is there was a golfer named Chick Evans who won the U.S. Open in ironically Minneapolis in the early 1900s, and he was an amateur. And there was something about this time where it's like the honor was in being an amateur. It was almost seen as like dirty to get paid to play. And so when Charles Chick Evans won the U.S. Open, he took the prize money for winning the tournament and created a scholarship for caddies to go to college. Now it's one of the biggest scholarships in the United States. There's like 900 kids a year that because it
Wow.
turned into a big endowment that they invested
That's amazing.
and everything like that. And so, yeah, there's something about this time. I would love to get like a historian on to help us understand like why it was so dirty almost to get paid to play professional hockey.
It must have been part of their culture and mindset, right? Like it's just a silly sport. Maybe it was viewed different. Well, it must have been, right? What sports in the late 1800s were popular and being paid for? S-
Well, there's that, which you're correct in, but then there's we read about like how barbaric he was too. So you had
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
almost juxtaposition, right, between the gentlemanly nature of amateurism and clubbing each other to death with their hockey sticks. So
So is it just
yeah,
like a glorified like a beer league on a Friday night that the whole town, like it's 1901, the Montreal's going to play, nobody's getting paid. So all these guys went to work during the day, their wives and
yeah.
kids get ready to go see dad play at 7 o'clock at night, and no one's paying to see these guys play. They're just going to a public forum and everything is free. The guys are playing for free. The stands, the fans are watching. Who
I
paid
have
for
no
the
idea
uniform?
if the
Yeah, like it
tickets
makes no
were
sense. Like who bought
yeah.
these sweaters? Who
We
paid
need a
for the gloves?
historian.
All right.
If you're a hockey historian, come let us know and we'd love to chat with you.
Yeah, one of the most significant sporting trends of the early 1900s involved the rise of the professional athlete. Although basketball remained a mostly amateur activity throughout the decade, other sports such as baseball, football, and hockey and boxing increasingly were seen as business operations designed to earn a profit.
Nice,
Yeah.
Louis. Good timing. That
Yeah,
was
there you go.
perfect. Thank you.
So Bowie never accepted money to play hockey, and he famously refusing all opportunities and actually turning down large offers. And he was quoted as saying, "I am an amateur, I was an amateur, and I will die an amateur."
That is so
Okay.
peculiar to
Yeah,
hear said out loud.
yeah,
It's a
Hmm.
different the word must have had a
different time.
much different meaning. Much different meaning back then.
Yeah, I think it was more honorable almost. It seems
Hmm.
like. So why should we care about Russell Bowie? Russell Bowie was one of the early superstars of hockey, whose career and accomplishments significantly shaped the sport's history. He was one of the game's first offensive dynamos, scoring an incredible 234 goals in 80 career games, influencing future stars. He championed, here's our word, gentlemanly play. Known for his sportsmanship, Bowie played the game cleanly and exemplified fairness on the ice. He was respected for never having been penalized in his career. Although
Hmm.
against professionalism, he's against professionalism, but that sounds weird in today's context. His contributions to the game helped enter in the professional era of hockey. So ironically, he helped make the game popular where it could become a business venture, like Baba Louie mentioned. As we've discussed, Bowie was known for scoring multiple goals in games. It's a feat he achieved regularly throughout his career. His ability to find the net in an era without curved sticks, smooth ice. Yeah, I think how bumpy the ice was back then too. Uh, or organized systems of play demonstrates how far ahead of his time he was. Contemporary accounts praised his skating speed, his anticipation, and knack for being in the right place at the right time, traits that modern players would build their careers on. Now, Russell Bowie quit in 1909, essentially,
Mhm.
and we know the first hockey set was produced and player-driven set in 1910. So as his career ended in 1909, there's really no playing days cards of him. The only card I could find sales on at all is that 1985 Cardophilium or set we always see with these early Hall of Famers. You can get a raw card for about $1. But yeah, there you go. That's the scoop on Russell Bowie, another anti-professional hockey player
Hockey player.
in the Hall of Fame.
Ice hockey
Mhm.
player. You
Ice
got
Ice hockey.
yeah, well, you're Americans. You guys say ice hockey. We say I just say hockey.
I just say
Sure.
hockey.
I say hockey.
Oh, really? Do people know what you mean when you say hockey, or do they think like rollerblades?
No,
No.
No. Oh, okay. I don't
hockey.
Yeah, just hockey.
know. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna move on from Get to Know Hall of Famers to Hobby Deep Dive Sets Edition. Here's one where we've had a couple months layoff, and we're back. We're back at it. You excited? Ready? Phil,
I'd be
you
more. I'd be
Yeah?
more. No, I'm not that excited. I wanted to be more excited. I was 7% away from being more excited.
Mm.
Well, let's see where you guys pick a set from one of our world famous hobby polls
Yes.
that
There it
includes
is.
options of 4 iconic hockey card sets. Your votes help select the winner. Then we do a deep dive on that set. But before we go into this week's choices, here's the sets we've covered so far. These get long, but we did Allure 16-bit, 98 Atomic Refractors, 08 Jambalaya, 96 Upper Deck Game Jersey, 2009 Crosby Tribute, 96 Run for the Cup, 2004 Young Guns Legends, 14-15 Seismic Golds, 15-16 Acetates, and the last one we did was, well, I forgot a zero, but 2015-16 The Cup, The Show. Now, this week, we came up with 4 auctions. We always got to do 98 O-Pee-Chee Chrome Blast from the Past for Phil. It's about the 7,000th time it's been on the poll. But hey, maybe today. Maybe it's today, Phil.
Phil,
Yeah.
I know it's not. I read ahead. I know it's not.
you what?
Yeah. I read ahead.
Oh,
What?
wow.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Yeah. 1998 O-Pee-Chee Chrome Blast from the Past. 98 Upper Deck Choice Starquest set. 2012 Fleer Retro Electrifying. And gosh, I'm getting all my dates wrong. Apparently 2003.
Everybody's dead.
2003 Bowman Chrome Refractors. Well, very, very exciting. Very scary. The votes are in. And thank you, Troy. The results of the poll this week were, oh, Phil.
4%. I'm 4%
Almost,
away
Phil.
from being happy.
Yeah, with 27% of the vote, you're the first loser, 98 Blast from the Past. Then we had the second loser was 03 Bowman Refractors. Then 24%, then at 18%, 2012 Fleer Electrifying. But the winner, chicken dinner this week is 1998 Upper Deck Choice Starquest.
Why is electrifying even an option? What do you want to talk about that? That card, there's nothing to talk about that card. It's one insert.
It's a set. It's a set that's very popular.
It's an
I could find a lot to
insert
talk
set.
about it. Yeah. Do you love electrifying, Phil?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay.
That wasn't real Phil. That was fake Phil.
I
Phil,
know.
I do not
That sounded
like
a lot like real Phil. That
That-
sounded incredibly like real Phil. Like, I don't know who else I could possibly be. But no, you got to stop interrupting, Phil, because we want to learn about StarQuest here. Okay. StarQuest were an insert set in 1998. Upper Deck Choice. Why are these so popular and sought after, Phil? Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
in the mid to late 1990s was a transitional period in sports cards collecting, with innovations like serial numbered parallels gaining prominence. The StarQuest Gold, in particular, out of 100 cards, stand out as one of the earliest examples of truly limited chase cards. These cards helped popularize the concept of parallel cards with extremely limited production, setting the stage for future parallels in modern card collecting. So, for the whole parallel explosion, junk wax or junk variety era, I guess we get to thank 1998 StarQuest for that. Apparently, StarQuest is a set with 4. You're welcome. With 4 parallels that includes, of course, one of the most iconic cards in the hockey hobby. You have blue, green, red, and gold out of 100. Now, the checklist, I think this is part of the allure of this set. The checklist for all 4 parallels is identical, includes 30 players, that is chock full of Hall of Famers. Like, I listed 15, and there's more. So you have Gretzky, Pavel Bure, Patrick Waugh, Dominic Hasek, Teemu Selanne, Sakic, Yager, Forsberg, Bork, Brett Hull, Marty Brodeur, Mike Modano, Paul Correa, Eric Lindros, and Mark Messier. No Shane Pinto though, Phil. Sorry.
No, he wasn't even sperm at this point. 98. Yeah, he wasn't even cells.
No.
Yeah.
I saw you kind of your face. You were curious. The most common StarQuest insert is the blue. Now, here's what's interesting. And on TCDB, it says the pack odds are 2-1. That there was 2 in every pack. Somehow I wonder if they maybe mix that up, like if it was 1 in every 2 packs. So maybe someone in the know can correct us on that. The reds are 1 in 7 packs. Then there's a green parallel that's 1 in 11 pack odds.
Oh, I'm up ass backwards. Oh, I missed one.
Oh, okay. Well, picture it. Sicily.
Picture it.
And then there's the iconic gold out of 100. And which is really one of the biggest 90s chases, not just for hockey, but for the other 3 sports as well. So to get an idea, guys, of how valuable these cards can be, this 1998 Starquest Gold Michael Jordan out of 100 PSA 10 sold for 96,000 US dollars in May of 2023.
Wow.
That's a big card.
Wow. 100K. Woo.
100K. Yeah.
Hmm.
One thing about these cards, though, is they're pretty condition sensitive. They have foiling all around the edges and on the corners. So I looked up the PSA pop reports, and so far, 35 copies have only been graded of Starquest Golds by PSA. There's 0 PSA 10s for hockey and 4 PSA 9s. One of
Wow.
those happens to be a Wayne Gretzky. There's 1 PSA 9 Wayne Gretzky. That's the highest graded copy by PSA. Okay, I got a quick story, too, about this. So I was being a good student of the hobby this morning. I was doing some homework on just the 1998 Upper Deck Choice set. I found a blog that some collector did from November 9th, 2011. And it was just a couple days after the Fall Expo. I don't know, maybe you saw Jeremy Lee there. That's Jeremy. So, anyways, he was recounting how he found a box at a booth of 1998 Upper Deck Choice. He bought
Wow.
it, opened it, and then wrote a very comprehensive review of the cards that, I mean, it's a long blog and kind of very interesting to read. So in the 98 UD Choice box has 36 packs in it, 12 cards per pack. How much do you, and it sells for about $406 today. How much do you
Ooh.
guys think he paid for this box at the 2011 Toronto Fall Expo?
$50.
$20.
$8 Canadian.
Did he get a goodie in it?
No, he didn't get a Starquest Gold, but he got, a bunch of there's other inserts, and you got
Fun
like a
rip.
couple greens. Yeah, it was a fun rip,
Mhm.
but $8. That's just crazy. Okay. Lastly, here's the 5 highest selling 1998 Starquest Gold out of 100 hockey cards, along with each's respective highest sale. And remember, all sales made by eBay are verified as paid for in Terapeak. So coming in at number 5, the Pavel Bure Gold out of 100 sold for 1,725 US this past May via eBay. It's a BGS 7.5. Number 4, Louis guy, Marty Brodeur. Gold out of 100 raw sold for 1,750 US dollars in January of 2022. That's a nice looking card. I like that.
So there's one, this is where I'll bring up what usually upset Troy doesn't usually bother me, but it does in this case. The Upper Deck UD Choice square is so obvious.
Yeah.
It's just it kind of ruins the card for me, to be honest. And normally it doesn't. It's just it's an awkward shape and awkward colors, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. You sure know what it is.
Yeah.
That's for sure. At number 3, another goalie, the Patrick Waugh Gold out of 100 raw sold for 2,494 US dollars this past March 2024 via eBay.
Wow.
At
Good
number
shape.
2, you think cheap?
No, the card looks in good shape.
Yeah, it looks in pretty good shape. At number 2, a Yager Gold out of 100 PSA 9 sold for 3,230 US in May of this year as well in the Slab Sharks auction. And number 1, a Gretzky Gold out of 100 SGC 8 sold via eBay in February of 2023 for 7,300 US. The image is a PSA 8 because it's another one of those poof vanishing images from eBay listings. So I just picked but yeah, 7,300 is the highest selling.
$10,000 Canadian for that card. Holy crap. That's four Gretzky refractors. Right? From Blast from the Past.
Are you sure
That's nuts.
10,000? Did you see the news today about the strength of the Canadian dollar versus the American dollar?
Oh, what is it? Is it at 60 cents? 58?
It said it went below 70 cents for the first time since 2002.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not smart enough to know what that means, but yeah.
Means it's not good. Yeah.
Interesting that 3 of the top 5 sales have happened in 2024. So set on the rise, a lot of popularity this year, people snatching them up and paying big money, right?
It's because guys our age have money now. Well, a little bit more, right? Like I just wanted a box of Pro Set cards when I was 11. Now I'm staring at 6 of them. I don't even want to open them anymore. So we have more money to buy the cool stuff we wanted from back then.
So these are not your jam, I assume, Phil?
I do like Starquest cards, but it's never been a heavy acquisition or hunt for me. I don't think I own any Starquest golds. I think I have a couple of blues maybe, but nothing in particular.
I think Marion Hosa's on the checklist.
Love Hosa. I'm on the fence of the Hosa PC, right? I have Hosa Sends cards, but do I want to start this adventure? You know how I get, man. I don't want to open up that door unless I'm ready,
Louis gotten into the StarQuest cards. He's been buying Madonnas left and right, huh, Louis? I think Louis on mute.
Yeah, he's on mute. It's okay.
Let him keep still talking. On mute.
No, let him keep talking.
Man, seriously. No, I'm not buying them left and right, but I do have the green and the blue. Remember that parcel that was coming to my house last month where it said I was dead?
Yeah.
That was the red one that went and got shipped back, but
you got them graded, Louis, or do you like it raw, buddy?
I like it raw, buddy.
Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Do you like the golds enough where if you even, let's say you had $1,000 to spend on a card, would you spend that on a Madonna one, or would you go for something different? Like, would you consider it Starquest?
No, I would probably go for a different Madonna card, but
yeah, look at your stature patch Madano, and you're gonna spend 3 times that for a Starquest card. I mean, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing though about these cards is that, as we know, liking a card is very subjective, and that's part of the hobby, right? These are very significant cards.
Yeah.
Like, you can't argue that piece of it. And so if that is important to some people, collect just cards that they love personally and could give 2 hoots about the significance. I like the significance angle, so I'm attracted to these cards.
Oh, there you go.
If I thought I had okay, I got enough Madonnas and their autos or patches or what have you, I suppose if I got to a point, I'd be like, yeah, this would be sweet to have, and I probably would throw the 1,000 down for it. But right now, I just need to get the red Madonna and the red Brodeur, and then we'll bark up that tree when it happens.
I know a good way to describe this. I agree with what you're saying, Louis. My ego likes this card. I would love a Gretzky Starquest Gold, because then it would level me up with some of the big boys at dinner at the expo or something, right?
Yeah.
So that I'll fully admit that's my ego. That I actually don't like the card that much, but I love its legendary status, and I like legendary status things associated with me. So I would my id, or no, it'd be my ego, not my id. My super ego,
super ego. Yeah, I don't know.
My super go.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'd almost hate to say I spent $1,000 on this card.
Well, this card would be Madonna would be.
You know what I'm saying?
One interesting thing about the checklist too is in 1998, it falls in that little layoff for Mario Lemieux. So while all the stars of the era have a Starquest Gold, Lemieux does not.
Ole Lefse got left in the dark.
Well, he was retired at the time, or dealing with his lymphoma or whatever was going on, I think, at the time. So, okay, Starquest Golds. Hopefully, people got some good info there. Got to make a mention for Gongshow partner and sponsor Slab Sharks. We're thankful for their support. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction is live, ends tonight, like it always does, Phil, right?
Yeah. Yes.
There's some heat in this auction too. If I get enough clips, we might not even need you anymore.
You can just AI me up.
You can AI you. About 3,300 cards to choose from. Phil, now there was a card that on our preview on Monday that you said you might be going after.
Yeah.
That's still the case?
No, I'm done.
Really? Did the bids get high enough where you're out?
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah.
What card is that again? I forgot.
I forget. Yeah.
Oh, this is sneaky, Phil. So, all right, we'll find out. in a couple days. But the reason why so many hockey card collectors and so many great hockey cards are in the Slab Sharks eBay auction each week is because they make selling your cards simple for Canadian hockey collectors. You just complete their easy to use online submission system, drop them off with the Slab Sharks rep at a show, and guess what? They do the rest. You are done. Plus, your cards get included in one of the most popular weekly auctions in all the hockey hobby. So check out slabsharks.com today for complete consignment info, including payout rates, and to get the process started listing your cards. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Okay. You don't reverse it again? You're that like a one-time thing?
I want to say hobby news sometimes.
Okay, you can.
Yeah,
You're free.
I'll switch it up. I'll keep you guys on your toes,
You have artistic freedom to say hobby news however you want. A big story, guys. Huge story.
Yeah.
The $1 million bounty. Or I guess I should say, what was your favorite $1 million bounty moment? It's over. It's over, Johnny. I did see Rambo.
First Blood's the best one out of all of them.
That's cute.
Well, the great $1 million bounty on the Connor Bedard Young Guns Outburst Gold 101s is over. On December 9th, Dave and Adams updated their March 4th blog when they announced the bounty. The guy who wrote it was our guy, Troy LeCastro. You can read
I
his
saw
commentary.
that. Yeah. I know a published writer now. Good job, Troy. It was awesome, man. Big shout out to you, brother.
Are you the guy that wrote the bounty blog?
The guy, he'd be fine. Be like, I am. Do you want me to sign that?
No photos, please. No photos.
He would definitely want his photo taken. Do you want me to take a picture? I can sign it.
Okay, so what was added to the blog is I'm going to read it verbatim. It says, update, December 9th, 2024. This is no longer an active bounty. It has expired. So what's interesting about that is I've seen it interpreted a few ways by the hockey hobby social media world. And here's like way number one, that somebody at David Adams came to their senses and are no longer willing to pay $1 million for this cards, for reasons like his below expected performance level and diminishing hobby market, or maybe somebody pulled it and it's been paid and they wanted to keep it under wraps. And David Adams is just letting us know that I don't know.
I flat out think someone at David Adams was like, yeah, he's not doing that good. Let's wrap this up. Why does it have to be more complicated than that? I do not believe there's a conspiracy. I love social media today. Was amazing. People, the entitlement in just our culture now is crazy. Why is David? I've not read so much crap thrown at David Adams in my life for them ending this bounty. The conspiracy theories are flying. People are just. I heard this in a video today. Like I'm not really impressed with the way people have been they've been handling this. Isn't it their bounty?
Right.
Isn't it their bounty to handle? I don't know. Like, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel bad for them. They're getting a lot of crap for something that makes sense they should be not doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if they came straight out and said, you know what? This was a hot ticket item at first, but it's not playing so good right now and numbers are falling. And guess what? We're out. That's it. We're done.
It would be, well, I have a few opinions on this. Like what should happen, what shouldn't happen. But can we all agree, though, that it would be utter lunacy to pay $1 million for that card at this point?
Yes. So they did the right thing, no matter the reason. I think that's the main reason.
Like that card gets, well, can you imagine pulling that card today? Now, do you think it gets $100,000 at auction at this point?
No. Maybe just there, but like
I'm thinking like 80, something like that. That's just purely a guess. But
if I got that card right now in a box, I would send it to Sylvain and I would slab sharks that immediately. Unless, or I would send it to Golden or Fanatics, right? Like
you'd probably send it to Fanatics because Fanatics sponsor a show. So.
Oh yes, no, I'm sorry, I forgot. I forget. I don't think of that stuff. I would absolutely send it to Fanatics or Slab Sharks. Bronze and bronze or silver in? I don't know. That's what I would do, and I would accept.
Well,
if it got $65,000, I would be very happy. I got 65 grand. End of story, man. It's
So you would
great.
think for the rest of your life that like 5 days earlier you would have got $1 million for it.
I probably wouldn't, man. I don't have that brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Josh,
good.
you know
That's actually
something
good.
about me that I don't think about that thing all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
close to $1 million. I'm like, well, it happens.
Okay. Okay, but I want to go back to though. Do we, based on the wording, do we see that? So you think that it's still in a box somewhere, and
Yes.
they're not no longer willing to pay the bounty? What do you think, Louis?
I don't know. They're not gonna. I'm not. I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to. I have my idea. I kind of already spilt it out.
Oh,
I don't think anybody's got it yet.
okay. Now, whether that they have the right to cancel the bounty or not, I kind of see some people's point where if it's tied into if it's a marketing um effort, and maybe like stuff like this, like I don't know how legal this stuff is, in that. So at a time in my life I did a lot of travel marketing, and we would, in order to get people excited about destinations, we would give away trips. What I learned through that experience is, for like contests and giveaways, there's a lot of like legal rules, and you have to follow and different states in the US have different rules. Canada has their own rules. Like, you have to clearly like have like legalese and terms and conditions and make people know exactly what they're getting. And so I don't know, I didn't go and read the blog, but if there's any like T's and C's that it can be, that they maybe could have, would have, should have put, that this can change at any time, or that's not guaranteed to last a certain amount. I know for like contests and stuff like that, you have to have like a no purchase necessary option. I'm sure you guys have seen that before, right? Like,
Mhm.
hey, we're giving away a trip to Maui, but no purchase necessary, right? Because that's part of the law, at least here in the US. So, and then there's the stuff like the um, Nick from Boston Card Hunter. We had on about CT scanning. He's really going at Dave and Adams about kind of the ethics around, and where's this $1 million coming from, and what's the purpose of it. Now, I'm a marketer, so I feel like I always knew it was a way to sell more boxes for more money.
Isn't that obvious, Josh, though? Why
Yeah.
are there surprise? I don't understand. Like when I wake up in my day, I don't think about, I don't know. I don't have the vocabulary to explain how I'm thinking here. Like, why are people upset? Are they upset because they think they got a gotcha moment? Aha! You're overcharging the boxes of Series 2 because they think there's some spider web conspiracy here with Upper Deck and Dave and Adams, and they're just ripping us all
Yeah.
off or something. Like, I don't live my life like that. Isn't this weird? Like, oh, the bounty's over. Okay. What
Well, I think
what
that
else matters?
they're saying that
What
it was used to sell more boxes, but
obviously.
the logic, though, I think there's a little bit of a breakdown there, because had somebody pulled the card even at a higher box price 2 months ago, they would have paid the bounty.
Okay. So now let's let someone throw it all multiple scenarios. Okay, so the bounty's over. Next week, someone finds the card. So what does one have to do with the other?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing.
Yeah.
People are bored, man. They have way too much time on their hands. I don't understand what's going on. If I was Dave or Adam, I would make a Instagram video laughing at everybody upset at me for doing a really nice thing.
I
Like
think
what?
Dave's been out of the business for like a number of years. It's just Adam, but it's still called David Adams.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
what I was told.
I'm just thoroughly confused as to how this is anybody's business.
Mhm.
Um, like I when they put that bounty out, that was great for the hobby, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, do you really care where the money's coming from?
Yeah.
Like,
And
do they think they killed a bunch of puppies for $1 million or something? Like, what's going on? Who cares where the money's coming from?
it's
Mhm.
Am I
weird.
am I am I being harsh? I don't understand. Maybe I don't get this whole. I just
Yeah.
saw a lot of people upset today, and I just thought, like, wow, how virtuous of you. Like,
I don't know how much this matters either, too, but don't get your panties in a bunch. It's not like they were going to give it to you right away, anyways. That card had to look like a 9 without any issues before they'd do it, anyways.
the only way I could see someone getting upset is if a dealer or anybody was strategically trying to find this card based on the $1 million bounty. That's the only way.
Mhm.
like, Josh, if I was your neighbor and I walked out of my house and I said, "Did you hear David Adams is screwing us? They got rid of the bounty, man." Wouldn't you be
Yeah.
like, "That's a weird thing to say"? Like, so why
The
is it
interesting
different?
thing would have been, what if it was pulled on December 9th, the day that they said it's no longer active? Then you might have a case to
Yeah, I just
claim it at that point. But yeah. Well, where I think the another angle of this that gets, I think, very interesting, and again, this is a card that it's a 1 in a million chance anyways, right? So we're kind of arguing over very, very hypothetical, unlikely, low odds scenarios. What is more impactful to all of us is the box prices. So what happens now that there's no $1 million chase? What happens to the 2023-24 Series 2 box prices that were astronomical at one point?
Mhm.
Now at Dave and Adams, the last I checked, it's at 230
wow. Okay, cool.
US. There's some sites here in the US that we mentioned at 200.
Hmm.
And if he's played a little bit better as of late, not scoring a ton of goals, but he's scoring points at least. But what I'm a little interested to see again about these prices is, does it go below what hobby shops paid for it at some point?
Probably.
Yeah.
Lost cost fallacy. Yeah, I mean, I would. You got to just
But
roll
the whole
with it.
point was, well, you guys got to take all this other product that at a loss in order to have sell Series 2, but now Series 2, if that gets to a loss, that could put hobby shops in a little bit of a pickle, right?
Well, I'm glad I don't own a hobby shop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Am
the
I ma-
wax is very scary to me. Like if I
Yeah.
imagine myself owning a hobby shop, I would be terrified about, because I've heard from shops that are sitting on like hundreds of thousands, like, no, not
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands, but like six figures in cases that they can't sell.
Yeah, and that's their profit, right? Like that's their yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
this is what I'm not getting. Like, I'm trying to think of my mind. Listen, before you write comments, Phil's ridiculous. I am ridiculous, but explain it to me in a different way. Because is this maybe why people are upset? So you get rid of the bounty, and now you can't justify the high price. And maybe people are upset they bought boxes in the past at high prices for the bounty, and now they're cheaper. I don't know, man. Help me out to understand. I just don't
They
understand why people
they
are upset.
bought it for the Bedard young guns. That's what they were, or the outbursts and all
So I'll
that.
go first.
Yeah.
I've bought 2 boxes of Series 2, and I 100% bought those boxes to get a Bedard young gun of any sort, especially the $1 million one. So I'll go first. I admit it.
yeah,
There you go.
proud of you, Phil.
Yeah,
Big
thanks,
moment for you.
buddy. Yeah.
Where do you think the price goes lower than 200? Do you think we start to see like 175, 180?
100%. Yeah. I bought one for I bought a box for 280 cash Canadian. Yeah, my last
Wow.
box. That's my second box. That was like a month ago, but that was like not even a month ago, maybe a little bit after the expo.
What's that, about 15 US now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, crazy. I mean, it's a big part of the hobby the past year, right? Or no, past 9 months. This whole bounty, and now it's over, Johnny.
Mm.
Well, we had another kind of big, what I thought was a big story pop up, and then it turned out maybe not to be a big story. So I was seeing all the Beckett sold, and I got kind of happy right away that we've railed on Beckett pretty hard, but once a mighty brand here in our hobby. So early Tuesday, I saw, I think at first, like a sports card investors post that's like Beckett had been acquired, right?
Who, Wilson?
And yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, now we're finally going to get a fresh perspective, maybe some more investment infusion into the brand that, again, once was a big time, hobby giant, like the Phoenix. Will Beckett rise again? Nope. So what appeared to be a sale is more apparently some sort of like corporate maneuvering or restructuring by Beckett. Basically, a new holding company has been formed called Collectivus for the rest of us.
You can't be serious.
Hmm.
Collectivist?
Yeah. I added on for the rest of us, but
Yeah,
Totally.
no, I
Okay.
got that.
So the now former CEO of Beckett, Kevin Isaacson, is now the CEO of Collectivus for the rest of us.
Hmm.
this new holding company will also include Dragon Shield, which apparently is an accessories company for cards. Have you guys heard of Dragon Shield?
No, but it
Dragon-
sounds really cool.
Yeah. Dragon Scales would have been out. And then
Dragon
Southern
Shield.
Hobby, which is kind of one of the bigger distributors here, or was. I don't track that here in the US. So the company Collectivist has referred to this maneuvering as more of a strategic plan than a sale. And all of this might have something to do with the guilty plea of the investment banking firm chairman that did own or still owns Beckett, who knows, on a $2 billion fraud and money laundering charge. And so this could be a way to create some distance from that whole situation. And then Collectivists for the rest of us also said in their release that they plan to add other companies under this new umbrella. So my condolences to those companies. All in all, not much of news. Again, I was really hoping that it was presented as a sale, and I'm like, finally, they
Mhm.
need investment into their processes, into their holders, into their website. They need just energy and a new vision. And so apparently that's not going to happen.
Bummer.
Anything else to add?
No, I want Beckett to be sold. I don't. This is adult conversation. I don't get. Yeah. Holding company, what like as a shell company in Europe?
Well, it's like Collectors owns PSA and SGC and Cardladder and all that. So they're kind of going that same route.
I'm a simple arborist, Josh. I don't get these big business words.
Last story in hobby news: after nearly a month-long strike that hampered the hobby north of the border here, the Canadian government has ordered postal workers back to work. We predicted this was coming in our last show. Postal workers went on strike over issues like wages, job security, and weekend delivery expansion. There's no weekend postal delivery in Canada?
You think they deliver mail? And do you? We don't even get mail delivered to our house anymore. I have to go to the corner of the street. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I haven't met a Canada Post employee in a long time. Years.
So, along with returning to work, the current collective bargaining agreement was extended until May of 2025. So, maybe you could say they pushed the issue downstream a little bit, but hopefully it gives each side some time to continue negotiations, ultimately work out a deal. And for the first couple days since they reopened, I think the Postal Service said, Phil, that they needed to get caught up on like existing mail and parcels. But as of today, Thursday, December 19th, I believe you're able to bring new stuff to them to mail. Am I correct in saying that?
Did you ever go?
I did go yesterday, which would be Wednesday, the 17th. I did go in the afternoon, even though I told you in the morning I'm not, because I went the day before and they said not to. So I popped in again, and they were only taking letters and non-trackable items today or yesterday. So I will try again today, and that would be Thursday. She said the worst case scenario, come Friday, and when she's done, because I came in with a huge bin, right? So
Yeah, rip party.
Yeah, rip party, exactly. So she said worst case scenario, come in Friday at 3:30 when she's off, and she'll help me push everything through. Oh, thanks. Okay.
I don't mean this funny either, how I'm going to say this, but did she, since you said she, did she or anybody look like they were happy to be there, or did they look like they were forced back?
No one's no. So she doesn't even work for Canada Post. She works for the pharmacy. She works for Shoppers Drug Mart or Rexall. Where was I today? I was at Rexall, and they are on contract. The pharmacy is on contract to work for Canada Post. Yeah. So that's like, when I go to my post office, I'm going to the pharmacy. Yeah. It's rural routes, I think, that have more Canada Post postmen, post ladies.
So
I don't
got it.
you have a new girlfriend at the pharmacy?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Because what did they do? Give them 4%, and they're giving them back pay to when they went on
I
strike
have
right
no
now,
idea,
or something
Louis.
like that?
I have no idea. The disease of more. That's all I know.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm never gonna disparage anyone from trying to get their bag, but it's good that the flow of cards will start happening again through Canada Post, and it's been pretty disruptive, I know, to a number of businesses and to us to getting our Rip Party packages out. So I'm very excited by the end of this week that'll get done. All right. We're going to move on to new product releases, which is brought to you by our friends and partners at Mint Inc. Mintinc.ca is the spot for all Canadian collectors to get their new boxes because, well, they're an upper deck authorized internet retailer, which means they get to ship all over the country through Canada Post. Now, again, I assume there's also singles, break spots, other memorabilia, and more on mintinc.ca. So be sure to check it out. And it's been quite a past couple of weeks for new product releases. We've had 3 in like a 1 week span almost. We had Artifacts, Parkhurst Champions. Then we got a surprise email from Upper Deck that 22-23 Fleer Ultra was launching last Thursday as like an 18-hour, 15-hour notice or something like that. Surprise, new product. So we sent out the message to Billy, see if he could jump on, and because he built the set and give us the lowdown on Fleer Ultra. Me and Baba Louie are big fans. We'll get you generally a Fleer fan, Phil, or no?
Medium.
Medium, mid, as the kids say, mid. So yeah, with that, we hope you enjoy our conversation with Billy Celio from Upper Deck regarding the new Fleer Ultra set. Well, we're very excited to welcome back to the show for his 17,488th appearance, Billy Celio from Upper Deck. Hey, Billy, how's it going?
Doing great, guys, as always.
Last time we saw you was at the expo from our couch and we got to interview in person. That was exciting.
I know, and I haven't had many products come out in a while, so
Yeah.
it's nice to be back. But I did eat a lot of fries, gravy, and cheese curds while I was in Canada. I can say that much.
Yes, Billy.
I enjoyed every bit of it. Um, they they just can't replicate that here in the United States, so it was definitely a good time.
Did you get
I
a
don't even
bacon
think we
poutine?
tried.
What?
Did you get a bacon poutine?
No, no, I just went regular. Like
Okay,
I
great.
like the pulled pork. That one's good too.
Very good. Good
Yep.
call. Good call, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Russian version, the Vladdy Putin?
No, stop it.
I
I thought you were gonna say there's like Russian dressing on it and all that stuff. I'm like, fell for that one.
That was good, Josh. That was
Yeah,
good. I
thanks.
haven't heard that before.
I'm here all week. Yeah, well, we're here to talk hockey cards. That's what we do, right? And we had a huge 16-hour notice last week that 2022 Fleer Ultra was gonna come out. It's like got the email. It's coming out, in the evenings, coming out at I think last Thursday at noon Pacific time. I'm a huge Fleer Ultra fan. I love the 2021 set, so we had to send out the Billy Bat phone and get Billy on to chat about this set because, like you said, you haven't had one come out in a while. And yeah, excited to learn about it. Now, just like bigger picture stuff about this set. So, why are ePack products announced with is that part of the plan to not like 10 hours notice, or is it just sorting stuff out and how you guys handle these?
So, part of it has to do with just the fact of not really knowing exactly when stuff's going to get released. And what I mean by
Mm,
that is our hands are tied with whether or not cards are scanned, whether or not the functionalities of all the parts, the stacking, the achievements, and
yeah.
all that stuff are working correctly. Because if you put a product out that it's that sort of stuff isn't working,
Mm,
that's like we had an incident recently where like the wrong picture card was with something and it causes a lot of trouble. So we want to make
gotcha.
sure that everything has been tested and that everything is scanned. So once we find that out, then we try to get it out there as quick as possible, and because we
Yeah,
want to get
want to
on to
get
the
out.
next one. So it doesn't give us enough time to really promote it probably as much as we should. That being said, I can see us in the future. Uh, Definitely giving a little more heads up or a little more sneak peeks, or maybe using social media to kind of put some stuff out there ahead of time, because I worked. I mean, it's 22, 23. I understand that. And, maybe the fact that it is 22, 23 and it's, people like, let's just get this out sort of thing. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think we have that type of mentality, but that is the case. This was the last product of 22, 23. And, I worked on this product long time ago.
Hmm.
So, but I put in a lot of work. And
Yeah.
so for it to, I want to see people talking about it ahead of time. I want to see, people seeing the cards and stuff, because we learned real quick. That was one of the biggest things with the first Fleer Ultra that we did in 21-22 is we made some great cards,
Hmm.
but until you get some of those cards in your hands, you really couldn't tell. You really couldn't tell. So, the hope and the goal was to maybe get some of these, get some good images and some stuff of these cards. We wanted to get it out there as quick as possible because people have been waiting for so long. To put it into perspective, I just put 25-26 Fleer Ultra into our costing, which means the next step once it gets into proof costing is to write a brief, and then we're making designs for 25-26 already, and we just put out 22-23. So
Wow.
hopefully we get more products coming out quicker. You might see a couple Fleer Ultras next year come out during the same year,
Just to get caught up.
just to get caught up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Will it will it ever be not on ePack first?
There's been talks about that, and
Okay.
we understand that the importance of getting it in people's hands, and maybe because of our timing of having to, have everything done correctly first before we can really say, okay, it's going to come out this week. Maybe if we do some physical first, just to kind of almost like a appetizer, maybe that will then get people excited and know what they're getting when they
Yeah.
get it. That's been in talks. Nothing has been figured out yet, but it's definitely a good idea.
Can we be part of those talks?
Well, I know you're not the only one. I remember
Okay.
when 21-22 Fleer Ultra was getting ready to come out, and Jeremy was getting down my throat about how he wanted the
Yeah.
physical packs of those. So um, that being said, the reason why we initially did Fleer Ultra, aside from the nostalgia of it and to bring it back, because we did hear a lot of people saying they wanted it. It was around COVID, and God, I can't wait till I don't have to say that word anymore.
Yeah.
But it was around COVID, and we were looking for a product that didn't require hard signed autographs, that didn't require like laminated cards. What I mean by that is like more than 24-point cards
Mm.
that have like a top sheet and a bottom sheet to make a card. Something that we could hopefully get through the system very quickly. That was the goal. I think the first set we might have had a little hiccup with a few autographs and stuff. In fact, my fans of the game I think caused a chunk of a delay, but I would not let them get that set out without Michelle Milette. So we had
Mm.
to wait a little bit for that one. That's just me being a big fan, but we got so much stuff, and I think like I think ComC is backed up, so we're just trying to like from a scanning standpoint, they're getting their cards out through a lot quicker than they have, but I
Yeah.
think we're giving them a lot more offerings. The last few years, especially with the Marvel license starting to dwindle down at the end of the year, so we've been trying, but they just don't haven't had enough time.
Would you support if we started a GoFundMe to get them a better scanner? Would that be something that?
They have it. You just got to pay for it, John.
I have. Do they really? I didn't like a better.
Yeah.
Oh, that I don't know. Um, but I don't know how much scanners can even really show shiny and technology.
Yeah. Fair.
Unfortunately, and like they could try to take a pic. Like that'd be cool, almost like those digital cards, like where you can see the like the Evo cards, where you can see like they're kind
Yeah.
of shiny or they're kind of cool. But that I have no control over.
Well, we did miss something, and I'm going to play it in the rear. 2022-23 is over.
Yes, yes.
There we go.
Done. It's over.
Good job, Billy. I would imagine that it's just good going back to rushing it out there when everyone gave the all thumbs up to get this done in 2024 and not have it linger into 2025.
Yeah, and oh, I'm sorry. I think we still have one more product, the Matty Beniers box set. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Not
Good
even
luck.
years.
Good luck with that. We're taking that week off, Billy.
That was my
Turn your
hit actually. Right before we went live, I opened. I found a pack of artifacts that fell behind my desk, and I opened it, and I got Matty Beniers was the hit. Yeah.
When you were opening up a
Well,
box of artifacts, you didn't count the number of
no.
boxes.
No, I
and packs
didn't.
of
No,
You,
look
you
right
see
here.
when
See?
you see when he opens boxes, he takes the box and he dumps all the car packs on his desk.
What else would you do? A box is meant to be dumped. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, I do have a quick question for Phil, and I'm totally changing the subject. But
All right. I'm
hey, was
scared.
was was curious. How many tins come in a case of the cup?
In a case, 16.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's grown now.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it? What did I say before? 12?
You
You
said
said 12,
12,
and I heard
and I
Oh,
was
about
just like,
Billy.
come on, Phil's
oh,
got to
okay,
know
okay.
it's 6 tins.
No, it depends on the time of day. Like I'm smarter. I'm less smart as the day goes on.
I
Yeah.
told Josh I was gonna razz you on that one a little
No,
bit.
no, you
So
should. You should. No, absolutely. Get me every time.
We
actually,
don't play in
there
the
are
cup
there
pool
are
very
there,
often.
there are
So,
three tin cases also, but for the most part, there's six.
Oh, so it was actually a trick question.
Yes, yes.
mhm.
Yeah. Ask me again in a
Okay.
couple of weeks. I'll say 12.
That's no problem.
So back to Fleer Ultra. When you have a physical product come out, we've learned from you is you guys get sort of like a QA case that you get to open when the product comes out and see the cards in hand, often for the first time ever. Did you get that opportunity with 22, 23 Ultra? Have you seen a card in hand yet?
I have not. Now, what I will say is that that's something that like we've noticed the fact that we aren't getting this, and again, this was done so long ago that this is before we decided, hey, stuff that goes on ePack only, we still want copies of stuff to put into our library in the back and stuff. So
Hmm.
I still haven't seen any of the copies. There's a few inserts that I can't wait to see. I can tell you that much. But no, I have yet to physically have any 22, 23 Fleer Ultra in my hands.
Wait, well, what's the library in the back? How do you get a library card for that?
I, you need an employment card.
No, don't think that's happening at this point. So, okay, well, let's get into the set a little bit. Where do you want to start? Did you have like coming off the heels of 2021? Did you have a goal or theme or something you wanted to achieve with round two of your effort with Fleer Ultra?
Yeah, so with it, I treated this a lot like I treated Metal Universe, and with Metal Universe, I didn't want to throw all the eggs in one basket. Like I didn't want to just throw out all the old school inserts that we've done. So the same went for Fleer Ultra. I didn't want to just throw every Fleer Ultra insert ever made and basically make a Fleer retro. So
Hmm.
but I did want to kind of use the like design work like for the base and stuff like that where it's
Yeah.
photo driven. There's player name call outs and stuff like that. But so this is kind of like year two of throwing some Fleer stuff in there. And one of the cool things, which I'm sure we'll talk about, is actually the Flair showcase was something I wanted to sneak in there this year.
Yeah, okay, we can start there. Can you help me understand the whole like what is Flair Showcase? And because there's different types of Flair Showcase cards,
Mhm.
then you have different like seats and rows. It kind of reminds me of like Select for Panini Select, like, and maybe they ripped it off from Flair Showcase, like where you have it's almost like a ticket almost, right? Where you have like section one or row
So
whatever kind of.
so
How does
this
that
was
work?
this was I kind of put a little bit of my own twist on it because got to get this to cost out too. Got to find the most efficient way to build this because back in the day when they were building this, they were just building a whole bunch of it, and you could afford to do different things. So I have 45 cards in the set, and
Hmm.
each card has a row, like a
Tier?
different
Yeah.
row tier, and then there's Showtime, there's Showstopper, there's Showpiece, and then you have the Legacy Collection and the Masterpiece Legacy. And I did my darndest to copy it's the old basketball design where when I say
Yeah.
copy, I just meant, okay, this card has a headshot with a faded full action image. This one has a, 3/4 shot with a faded headshot, that sort of thing. I really try to stay consistent with the type of designs that the Showtime, the Showstopper, and the Showpieces had.
Yeah.
And then they also had different rarities. So, like cards 31 through 35, the cards have different ratios, and like higher numbers, the higher number, and then like the highest, the highest, uh, the showpiece, and then the 31 through 45 are the toughest cards to get, and the easiest
Oh.
ones are cards 1 through 25 Showtime. Those are the easiest cards to get. So there's all these different ratios, and yeah, it was definitely a, I don't want to say a struggle, but it was definitely took a lot of time to make sure I kind of did this as close to the original as I could, only using 45 cards as opposed to, more cards that they had in their set. But
Mhm.
So what's the more rare? Showcase is the one that's the more of the hit.
the
Showcase.
rarest, so the rows aren't necessarily the rarity. The rows
Oh,
just
okay.
differentiate things. It's Showtime, Showstopper, Showpiece. Those are the levels of difficulty, and then the legacy collections are numbered to 150, and then the masterpiece legacies are the 101s.
Or as Tom Cruise would say, "Show me the money." Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Tough
I
call.
like that it's not like different images too.
Yeah,
Or because
that's
some
that ain't cheap. Now the backs, we even tried to stay consistent because sometimes the backs were like black and white, sometimes the blacks were color.
yeah.
It really varied on how they were originally back in the day, in the
Now,
90s.
Flair Showcase was not in 21 Flair Ultra, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so that was kind of the big addition, is doing an homage to the old Fleer sets from back in the day. And I don't even know this. Was Flair a brand at some point that Fleer
Yes.
acquired?
Flair is a brand. Yes.
Oh. There's going back like through like the 60 years or more, the 100 years of the hobby, there's all these intermingled brands at this point that used to be independent but now are, you know, part of, have been bought up by conglomerates and all that sort of stuff. So you get a
Yeah,
little
what's
lost
what's
there at
always
times.
interesting too is it's just like, okay, you buy it. Well, do you own these? That's legally, that's always a fun thing. Like, oh, do we own this design? Like, even though we own the name for some
Yeah.
things, we don't necessarily own the designs,
Whoa,
because they were done. Like O-Pee-Chee's
that's
a great
crazy. That's
O-Pee-Chee's a
crazy.
great example. Like we can't go make the like we can't make the Wayne Gretzky design because
Yeah.
that's actually like a tops design, even though it's under the name O-Pee-Chee.
You did 1 year though. You did
I
1 year.
I know
800 of them, and I have
I
them all.
I used a bad example, but that's
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the
we
best.
that wasn't good on our end. I'll just put it
That
that
is,
way.
listen, that is one of the greatest sets ever produced by your company. It is a beautiful mistake.
Oh,
Beautiful mistake. Yeah.
costly one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's expensive. Tell me about it to acquire all those cards. Oh, you mean for
Yeah.
you guys? Yeah, yeah, probably. Eh?
Another question I have on these real quick is, I'm assuming, like, again, where scans don't do justice, that the name is that a foil that call like down there, or what is that?
I'm pretty sure it's a foil. I can double check. I only have the build up. I don't have the costing, unfortunately. And again, this is like 4 years ago that I built this, so
Hmm.
it might take a second for me to pull that
That's
up
crazy,
here.
Bill. You could have been on the couch sick designing this set. That's how long it's been. And the font
Hmm.
Um,
looks like the old Fleer. That's what this reminds me of. The old Fleer showcase. The font was really big and thick and
oh yeah,
cursive.
that was
That's
on
what that.
purpose.
Yeah, that's the
Hmm.
nod to that, right? A nod to it.
And like you can see the base cards. I wanted the picture to I believe the picture kind of still goes through the name a little bit also.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, we'll pull that up for Phil because he's such a Austin Matthews fan.
I can lean in. Oh no, I don't want. Oh, man, bad timing.
Hmm.
What are you talking about? The Red Wings just whooped on the Leafs.
Yeah, I
Like
did.
only one of 8 teams I think we beat all year, but
I'm a
still.
macro view guy though. Like, I mean, on the season as a whole, you guys are a bit of a problem. You know.
Yeah.
What else were you really excited about? So we had the reintroduction of Flair Showcase, And you said there's a few cards that you're really dying to see in hand. Give me
Yeah,
another option.
man, one that I don't want to tell people because I don't want people collecting them all. But the one I really like, and I think it's going to be completely different from what you're looking at, is this Saturday Night Hockey. It's one of my
Okay,
it's
I was
one of my
just on
favorite
a call
inserts.
with people last night, and I got to find that on ePack right here. And I was on a call with a couple of gentlemen. We were talking about this product, and I was trying to decide how much I like this product because I know I like it a little bit, and I have questions. And you're probably the guy to answer. Is this like an acetate card, or is it foil
No,
behind
this
them?
is
What
this
is it?
is like this is a foil board that's similar to like the Outburst, that it's very aggressive foil board. So like
Similar
it's
to
like
the outburst.
squares through the
Yeah.
it's like reflective squares.
Are the black
Oh.
grids recessed into the card and the squares are raised up at all? Like
No,
is
the squares are part of the foil board design.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, interesting.
So
Is Saturday Night Hockey a set that has existed previously, or is this something that's brand new?
no, this is brand new. It's kind of a mix between Saturday Night Live and Hockey Night in Canada. I kind of
CBC is yeah.
I kind of mix the two. And I think I think once you see this one in hand, you're gonna be like, oh, I know what Billy's talking about now. But
Hmm.
hopefully, your two viewers don't buy up
He's
all the
such
car.
a
Oh wait, no, this isn't Phil's show. I'm sorry. This is
Wait.
Connor.
Oh,
Oh.
that was good, Billy.
Oh.
Oh, well done. I was just gonna tell you I really like this card. Now I don't.
No.
Good
No,
shot. Good shot.
this card's a really cool looking card. And as I said, because I've seen the paper, so I know what it looks like. And so I can just, with the color and with the reflectiveness of, imagine the
Hmm.
reflectiveness of an Outburst card. That's what those squares are. So yeah, it's a gorgeous looking card. I've looked for some cheap ones, and unfortunately, because they're so rare, I haven't been able to find any cheap ones.
So
Yeah,
Josh,
and
I don't know.
there's a
I don't
gold
know.
parallel too that I'm going to pull up right now, real quick. And are these numbered or just tougher odds?
I'll tell you in a second here. It might just be the scan. Is it a gold parallel? The gold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are numbered to 10.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Nice.
some of those are on ComC, or no, it's just
No, I'm
ePack.
on the ePack site.
Oh, gotcha.
That's your
Yeah,
company.
those are numbered.
So
Those are
boys,
numbered to 10. Yeah.
I know you're both from the States, but Saturday night is a big like you have your Friday night lights for college or high school football or like
Yeah.
Friday nights are known for football. I would say Saturday nights are known for hockey coast to coast up here. So that's another
Oh yeah, I know.
that's another good win.
There
Wait.
was
I don't know. I didn't
You have
know. You
hockey
guys
in
know
Canada?
everything, right? USA. USA.
I didn't
What's
know
that?
there's hockey in Canada. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. So thanks
Yeah.
for. Well, you know what, the vibe. It's interesting that you guys mentioned Saturday night hockey in Canada, which we just learned from Phil is very
hmm
important,
hmm
and Saturday Night Live. I got the. This is me completely dating myself. I got the Saturday Night Fever vibe based
Oh,
on
that I
like the
said. I'm
floor.
sorry. I said Saturday Night Live. I meant Saturday Night Fever. Yes,
Oh,
100%.
okay,
Mm,
100%. I
mm.
meant Saturday Night Fever. My bad.
Disaster segment. Disaster.
Well, no, got to start over.
That's
Welcome
it.
back to the show for his
Rewind it.
17,485th time.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so Saturday Night Hockey. That's now you've piqued my interest. I
Out of 10,
was
good
on the
call.
fence.
Good
I was
call on
on
the
the
out of 10. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Wonder if there's any on ComC yet. We'll have to find that out. Okay, what else are we excited about?
Um, I think the Padmen look sick again this year. Uh, a real cool die cut on them. I always love a good die cut card.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay,
They're awesome.
I
And
gotta
PSA
find it.
now, they're encapsulating them much better now. So that's great. Did, did you know
It's a,
that, Billy?
and it's well, I'm more worried about whether or not we can make those die cuts, because for a while they're like real particular, and we have to like laser die cut these things. So you can't make a lot of them, because if you do, it gets really expensive, because laser die cutting is not cheap.
You just like
So
saying laser die cutting.
laser beams. I'll take
It's a freaking lasers.
Sharks with freaking laser beams on them.
Oh yeah, that looks nice. I like that.
So yeah,
What
that's
is
not white printed. That's actually like the background of
Okay.
whatever they put the card on.
And you've got a mix of current players and vets, it looks like, because last time we checked, Grand Fear retired. But
Yep,
um,
I do get to play around with some legends in Fleer Ultra. We were very
Have,
selective on which sets we use legends, but I did get to use those. And
and what are
then
the roughly the odds on these? Do you remember?
I do know. I just have to pull it up here. Those are 1 in 85.
Okay,
Oh.
so not like impossible to get, but not real common either.
They're not real common, yeah. But I mean, it's not like there's not thousands of them. I can tell you that much.
Hmm.
And this is on like a rainbow foil board, and we have a couple other cards on this form that are nice. We've got the rookie reflections, which you might recognize from an old. I did pick up an old design for this one because I liked it.
Hmm.
People will be like, I'm getting obsessed with the outburst sort of feel, but this is an actual old basketball design that we made.
What Fleer does, that's one of the advantages of owning the brand, is that they have all these, sort of like a experimental playground kind of, it sounds, back in the day. And so you've got a whole slew of designs to go after. I can't find it on the ePack site. Um,
Oh, it's a common insert.
there is a parallel to it though, right?
Um, no,
There is not.
It's
Okay.
just like Padman. There's not a it's rookie reflections.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Oh, here we go.
Any pop culture cards this year?
No,
No.
like I said, it delayed the product the previous year to where they yelled at me and said, "Let's not do that again."
Okay. I like
Not
them.
that we wouldn't. Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
When I went to the Shoresy Classic, I gave Jared a full set of the non SPs, but the regular ones, because
Aw.
I'm a big fan
Oh, you got to
of
meet him?
letter. Yeah, I did the VIP meet and greet and everything.
Nice.
And then the funny thing is, so the guy that plays Hitchcock, like some of them went around the ice and were signing some autographs, and I was right by like the Red Wings bench, but he came through and signed something for a guy, and then the guy comes back. He's like, "Yeah, they're going over to the place right next door after the game." So I might have strolled over there a couple times just to see, and then I
Oh,
realized, yep, there they are. And one by one, the only ones that didn't show up were the goalie and Jared, but like the whole cast pretty much came. So that was a good
Fun.
time too. Got to talk to them. But yeah, this is an old basketball design. I guess I like bursting things in the back
yeah,
of people or
me
something.
too.
But it's a cool design. It's funny because when Jean came by, she remembered it immediately. I don't think Jean worked on this one with me. I know she worked on the previous one with me, but and then I know
Hmm.
next year she worked with Pat because I think Pat did 23, 24, then I did 24, 25, and I'm working on 25, 26.
Oh, Party
So
Time
this
Pat got in the
party
mix,
time
huh?
Pat, yeah, this is
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, Party Time Pat. That's
the
funny.
only one that I don't think she's worked on. That being said, it did give our designers a chance to kind of add to the legacies that she's made. Like that's one cool thing is like they've made so many designs. Jean doesn't design everything. We have a whole bunch of designers.
Sure.
And so it gives the other designers a chance to add to the legacy of such really cool
Yeah.
designs that she came up with. Her and Earl came up with back in the day. So that was
Hmm.
kind of cool. Scoring Kings is in there too. That's another rainbow foil board. We went a little different approach on these this year because I didn't really go like the lightning bolt. I wanted more of like a fire flame sort of thing. So it almost looks like the start of a fire, like like a campfire sort of thing, or a gas fire, where it's got like the
Oh, yeah.
blue and then it like kind of flames up on
Oh,
there.
that's kind of cool.
Like your
So
stovetop starting if you got a
yeah,
gas stove. I don't
just
think
kind of
Oh,
Smokey the Bear would collect these, Billy.
nice. Just kind of wanted to change it up a little bit.
Or Fire
And
Marshal Bill.
I
Yeah.
think we did that. Oh, and to answer your showcase question, I believe there is foil on that. So I'm
Okay.
gonna guess that the names are either um, highlighted, like there might be like a trim around it using foil, and then the color also. So it might be a little bit of both.
Bill, who's Fire Marshal Bill?
Matt,
They
Matt TV, Jim Carrey.
asked me
Oh,
who Fire Marshal Bill is.
I forgot. That's what my head. I thought when I said Smokey the Bear, I thought there's like a Canadian version of Smokey the Bear, and it was Fire Marshal Bill.
No, well, there is a
Well, Jim
Canadian
Carrey is
version.
Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Jim.
They just had the Sonic 3 premiere yesterday. My friends were showing me pictures of him yesterday.
Wow, that's great. I'd probably disown my friends if they sent me pictures of Hedgehog.
Oh.
What is Sonic 3? What was next? My Little Pony? Okay, question. Did Essential Credentials always go in Fleer Ultra? Like, I'm not good with this set,
Never.
and I know Josh loves it. So Essential Credentials were never in the Fleer Ultra boxes like 10 years ago, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No. Yeah,
And they're not
I want
this
to get
year.
the whole. No.
They're in the EX box that Josh is
yeah.
waiting for. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is okay.
What?
This is one of my favorite designs.
Well,
It's a
this is
real
the
card.
Billy card. This is what I call the Billy card in every set. And what's your thing with food? It's like if we took all your cards, could we make like how many course entree, how many
You get-
course meal could we make out of Billy cards at this point?
Come on, this one's great. And they even made like they made chips like in the shape of
Stanley
the
Cup.
Stanley Cup. It's so amazing.
This is an amazing card. I love it. You missed an opportunity with Kale, though. You could have made a play with his name, right? Like food. I hope you do a salad.
Kale chips.
Yeah, or something.
No,
Kale.
I don't think we had. I don't think we had like flavors or anything like that. I
No.
think that would actually that would have been kind of funny too. But
Yeah. Next time. This
yeah,
is great. I love it.
This from just a fun standpoint. This was probably my favorite design, and making sure that legal was okay with it because it it could look like a certain kind of
Ruffles.
bag of chips or something.
Yeah.
What if you did a
But,
poutine card? A
it's-
poutine card for Canadians. And then what's an American food? Like chicken wings or hamburgers. And then in Europe, Italy, you could do Italian players, you could do pasta. Oh, you'd probably get in trouble for that in this. You'd
No,
have to wait.
we'll save that for Tops and Panini to make 4th of July parallels with poutine and all that stuff for you.
We're the 1st of
Wow.
July, but close enough. I mean, we'll follow suit with you guys. We're your other state, so we're getting there.
Anything? Oh, I want to talk about the medallions a little bit. So, is that a difficult card to design in that it's got that very it's almost like a PMG in a way, right? Where
Oh, it's foil. It's straight up deco foil that we put on the card, and it's you need a lot of it. So from a cost
Mhm.
standpoint, yeah, it's difficult, but
Worth
it's
it,
actually
man.
pretty cool because you can just change out the deco foil, and it's so from that yes, it is technically foil that is on PMGs also, but this is more of like the deco foil that you see on cards normally.
Mhm.
So
That's one of the best cards. Medallions are one of the best. To me, this set going to ePack that's one of the cards that's getting hurt the most. I had my LCS not out of the box, but Game Breakers. I had one of the owners. I had to bring one of the medallions in because he's never seen one. You know what? Like a modern one, and I had like it was months later. I had to explain ePack to him. Billy, these cards are phenomenal, brother. They're so nice.
I told my buddy, like when the first set came out, I go on, send that stuff home. You bring that to the expo. There's not going to
Yeah.
be a lot of people that have seen it yet at the
Yeah.
expo, and they're gonna. And he did it. I said, go buy all these Austin Matthews and Ninelanders and Marners and all that stuff, Tavares, and get them in your dollar bin and or whatever. And he did that. I don't know how well he did, but
Probably killed it. He probably did
yeah.
really well. No, nobody knows. Josh,
No,
when Josh had his binder at the house, I guarantee you, everybody in the house that looked at Josh's binder and saw medallions bought one. I guarantee it, man. They pop. No
Yeah.
computer screen does it justice. Not
No.
one.
And you can't tell, like you were talking about the PMG stuff. The top 30s, the 30th anniversary, the culturates, those do have that light FX foil on it also that's
Mhm.
similar to like a Metal Universe card, but you can't really see that in the designs, unfortunately.
So I went like a whole year and a half calling this parallel. It's like I think the I called it the Titan parallel. It's
Yeah,
what is a Titian? Can you explain that to me?
it's a color. It's like a color of
Oh,
that's it's like an orangish color, I think, like a rusty
it's
orange
like a
color.
bronze, like a deep
Yeah,
bronze or something
Like
like
a
very
coppered
nice.
burgundy, maybe?
something. Yeah, just I'd look it up. It's a color. I can tell you that much. And I in my brief I said make it look like this color. So that's
Oh, and then they name it that.
because we don't have an orange PMG or an orange light effects card. So I was just like,
Mhm.
well, I need something. So yeah, we use those for achievements. Been pretty consistent with those.
I couldn't
Collect a
pronounce
set.
the I couldn't pronounce the name, so I just blamed Upper Deck for spelling Titan wrong. I
Yeah,
thought it was your guys' fault.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Is it the same foiling that you used in 2021 or is it a different foil?
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's a different design, I believe, in the background,
Yes.
but it's the same foil. I think they're changing it up next year. I think Pat changed it up. Um, but oops, there's my phone going off.
Oh, cool guy keeps
Oh,
the
you
sport
lost
on.
10 podcast points
Yeah,
for that one
that's
right
it.
there.
50 points
Mm.
off. That's it. You
The
were
Yes,
you were our
yes,
Sapphire,
guest.
Mr.
my
Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah, okay. That was
buy,
good.
sell.
Yeah.
Um,
Bam, bam, bam.
the Sapphire foil is, I think, the nicest looking, and it's my personal opinion, but it's and these are out of 25. And here's Phil's Timmy Tantrums, Timmy
Timmy
Secret
Tantrums. It's on
right
fire.
here that
Yeah.
we're showing.
Tantruming well.
The
Was there a
only kind
reason?
of like
Well,
nitpicky thing.
was there
Oh,
a
you go ahead.
reason you guys cut off the feet?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Oh, sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. Oh, hit a
Um,
nerve. I hit a nerve. We saved money on ink, Phil.
I think yeah, no. I think it's just like I think they cut everything off there at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
If you look at
Last
the
year
other
they
You,
didn't.
one.
you guys did that with 2022 PMGs too. It's very similar to there's a similar
Uh,
treatment there.
yeah.
Look at
I'm
me.
not always a fan of that, but
Hmm.
yep.
Yeah. I
And then
mean,
and I'll
just
be honest, sometimes designs they use a different image as the example, and
Mhm.
then you don't think it's a problem, or you might
oh
think it looks one way, and then when all the other images come out that you don't get to see, then you're like, oh, how did this happen? But I
yeah,
think it's part of the design. If you look at the
It's still
design,
great.
it cuts off at the name. So yeah,
yeah.
It's
it's
great.
part of the
It's still
design, and I can't complain. I had to have seen it like that, so I didn't complain then. I'm not going to complain now.
Good on you. Just yeah. It's a
I
preference
see
thing.
I see the question though. I do like, but
Mhm. And it does give it a little bit of differentiation from
yeah,
2021 as well. Is there any other cards that we should talk about or things in the set that you're excited about? Oh, I did have one that I did want to ask you about a little bit. It's the or two. So the I gotta find it.
Are there, while
Uh,
you're finding it, can I ask Billy, after a while on ePack, sometimes you guys unlock certain achievements. Will there be any surprises in 4 to 6 months, perhaps?
no, all the
Okay.
achievements are there. You got the lucky 13s, you
Okay.
got the ultra updates. There's a lot of achievements on here potentially. So we brought back the old design there. That's the first Fleer Ultra set right there.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. The top part is light effects, the bottom part is not. So it's
mhm.
partial foiled, but it looks cool. The fresh faces is another one that's kind of like that's a rebuild of basketball.
You're doing the old
Um,
design. Look at what Josh
yeah,
pulled up. Yeah, that's
Yeah, this
awesome,
is the
man.
30th anniversary, and it follows the 92 set, right?
yeah,
Okay, and then
Wow.
because last year followed the 91
yeah.
set, I
We went.
believe.
So this is like that top portion. That's light FX. The bottom port, like that foil, like Metal Universe, and then the bottom portion is just regular paper. Like you
I
don't see
love it. Great card.
the shiny stuff.
And
But
these are out of 92 in homageville to the
Real? I
universe.
was just going to ask if there's a parallel. This is the, well,
of
this is the
course,
Yeah,
instrument.
this is the gold parallel.
yep.
There's
Oh, okay.
a
So there is a base,
I think there's a base and then another parallel as well.
Okay.
There's an auto parallel.
Oh, okay.
So there's the
Real? What
base.
color pen?
There's the
What
gold.
color pen?
I have to look.
I
Probably
hope
the
it's
moon.
gold. I hope it's gold. I want to see your pen room still. I still don't think it
Yeah.
exists. It's like Area 51 at Upper Deck. This pen room.
There's see gold is an interesting thing. So, and like if you use the gold paint pen, I'm telling you, like the thin ones are a little scary. Like
Yeah,
the
I could
like
see that.
the
Like
blop ink all
wings.
of a sudden and stuff.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
got that, and then you got the thicker ones. And like if you see the Bedard, you saw the 101 Bedard Future Watch, right?
Yeah.
And it was signed in gold. And sometimes the thicker pen, like when if they have a specific type of signature, looks, doesn't look great. But so gold is tough. Gold is tough to work
Oh,
with.
Rink Masters. That's an insert I used to like. Am I saying that right? Rink Master? Rink
Mm-hmm.
Masters? I think it was like gold and black. There was something about it. Is that in this set?
I don't think
No.
that's in this year's.
No, okay.
Possibly
This
in the
Wave of the
future.
Future, though, is kind of cool looking, and
Oh,
here's the
that's
gold
right. Yeah.
parallel.
I didn't
Oh,
want to do like a wave, like the sea wave and stuff like that. So we kind of did like a sonic wave
I like that.
for those. Yeah, those are on PETG, and then so are the Ultra Stars. Those are on
PETG.
PETG.
That's
That's
acetate.
acetate.
Acetate, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
This
you
looks
do
like
have
Looper.
the Ocean Wave and the Sonic Wave, so it's a double wave. It should be
Yes.
double wave of the future.
It looks like Looper. When Bruce Willis and Gordon Levitt there, they go bloop bloop. It looks like that.
How do they go?
Bloop bloop.
Okay.
That's how it
I was
works.
gonna say the same thing, Josh. I was gonna have him repeat it too.
Whatever.
Well, we just do that so we can cut it and do sound effects later
Oh,
on, and
nice.
make him
So
pay for the
I'm
rest of
I'm
his life.
trying to think of any inserts that you haven't seen. Now, here's an interesting inside. So there's the Seeing Double card. That's because another company stole Double Trouble from us from back in the day, and so wasn't unable to use the word Double Trouble. So I had to then call it Seeing Double. But it's very similar to an old Fleer, you know, uh, Double Trouble design.
What company
Um,
did it? I'll prank call them.
I
Tell me.
think I think
Tell me out
Panini
there.
I think Panini
Yeah.
stole a bunch of basketball insert names from us
I'm
back
gonna
in the
order
day.
8 pizzas to their door.
That's when all of a sudden we're
Oh.
like, we need to copyright all this stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Um,
nightmare
So,
world.
but if they stole it, wouldn't they have to give it back, or did
no,
you?
no, then they show usage of it, and then they can if we haven't used it in a while, which we hadn't, and then they
Mm,
use it and then copyright it. That's how the cookie
So
gotcha.
crumbles.
I have a question. So nobody on the planet, no company can ever use the phrase double trouble, just Panini. What?
I believe they have it copyrighted on trading cards.
Mm,
Okay. Well, I don't know patent law and stuff. I
Yeah,
guess
it
there's a
has
whole
to be
world out
on
there.
it
Yeah.
has to be on
Okay.
trading cards because like
Okay.
we can think of something and it might be copyrighted for something else, but not for trading cards. Perfect, we can still use it. Although we're still very cautious. The fresh faces, um, that's the jersey in the background
yeah,
cards. That's
that's a
that's
die
kind of like
cut, right?
yeah, and that's like a remake of what had been done in basketball. Also, I took. I know that sometimes basketball and baseball and football designs don't necessarily compute well to hockey. So I try to be very cautious on which ones I do turn into hockey cards. That being said, I also, if I don't think it'll work in basketball, but I like the insert name or something, I'll have the design changed significantly to where it's not just a copy of
Mm-hmm.
the basketball. And honestly, like some of them, I put them in there because they're known with Fleer Ultra. I'm not expecting them to necessarily cost out like a Michael Jordan, Lucky 13 or what I mean, not Lucky 13, but like,
Hmm,
a Michael Jordan card. They're not going to
Sure.
cost out the same. So Culturate, well, that was just kind of I wanted to deal with like angles and stuff like that. That's my is that my goalie insert or are you just showing a goalie?
No, I'm just showing a goalie, but this is
Oh,
your so in every Billy set, because I'm observant. There's a Billy card that typically has to do with food, like bag of chips, and then there's a Billy name card where
mhm.
we have metal dash X, which is metallics. We have A dash lines, which is aligns. And what's culturate? What does that mean?
Cultivate. Cultivate?
no, Culturate is something.
Is it?
Is it a play
Yes.
on culture?
No.
No. I'm not a
I'm
dictionary.
gonna
I
give
don't
you
know.
the official.
Okay, yeah.
This isn't me messing around.
Well, it's you Googling.
Well, I'm Googling it now.
Funny.
Sharp edges and points. Like I
Okay.
said, it was
That was
like dealing
rough.
with angles. So we had a bunch of like triangles, point. Like we can't draw a bunch of knives on there or anything like that. But
Why not?
So on a percentage of at the expo, how many people do you think will know what cult trait means?
right now, because I know Phil's gonna forget.
I
So
will forget. I
Phil's already
will.
forgot.
maybe Josh.
It's
Because
for rounded
he'll rewatch
corners
this episode multiple times. It's like it's sharp edge and pointed.
and beveled edges. Oh no, sharp
Okay.
corners.
All right. Is
I
that
don't think
it for
there's
the? I have a bunch of questions.
bag of chips is my sneaky one this year.
I
You're
don't think
doing
it's
great.
very sneaky. I think everybody knows.
I think I combined the two, like Billy's play on stuff and food. I can put them
Yeah.
all in one.
You
There you
gotta
go.
get poutine, man. I'm telling you, you get poutine in there, not a die cut. Actually, a die cut poutine would be funny with the fries sticking up
Oh,
and a spoon. That'd be pretty funny.
you're making me
Except
hungry.
every
just thinking
American
about
calls it poutine, but yeah.
It's
Let me see if there's
poutine.
anything.
Poutine.
Maybe I
That's
can
how
give
you
you a sneak peek for 3 years from now. See if I did
Oh,
any.
wait,
Did
I
I
got
do
breaking
any?
news.
Nope,
Yeah.
not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm my fingers on the pulse here.
So
So
we
you
can
just let me
see
know.
cards from 3 years from now, and we're just seeing clear ultra.
We're seeing cards from 3 years ago, and we're going to see cards from 3 years from now, but we're never going to see cards from today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. More Parkhurst Champions cut. No. Phil, in 1 month we'll do a press release.
Oh, Phil, what are you talking about? What's tomorrow?
I know, but you're gonna
I
put an
thought
ad. You know
you were
what
gonna
I'm
want to
talking
talk
about.
about it. I got that up right now too.
All right,
Nice.
listen.
Do
All right.
you know what a pain in the butt that our guys it took them to get to the actual size of the next year's Parker's cards?
I think it's amazing. Let me
Because
go to the upper
they're
deck desk
different.
and do the Parkhurst thing. I'll
They're
be like, come here, camera. I'm gonna tell you about
They're
this set. You want
bigger.
me on your commercials.
they're
All
1
right.
in 15, 16 inches, and by 2 by 15, 16 inches.
Yeah, so we had to make sure we had the right size for those too.
Mhm.
And
Well,
then
I'm glad you pay attention to detail.
the 92. I'm just looking at it. More autographs, more memorabilia for you, Phil.
Nice. Best set ever. Love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, so I have a bunch of general questions. A couple that pertain to Fleer, and one last one to the set. Is there like a consolidated checklist somewhere for this that has both
Yeah,
the cards
I
and the
think
odds?
someone just asked for it. Well, the yes, because the checklist, all you have to do is go under the on ePack, look
No,
at
no,
yes.
no, no.
That's a hard no.
There is a checklist that has all the players, but none of the odds or the number or the numbering. You have to go to back out to like the main page or the main
Just a second.
screen
Shop,
for
buy
Fleer Ultra,
packs,
and then go to odds. You have to look at it separate.
buy packs.
I'm right.
Where's
Put
Fleer Ultra?
down.
Fleer Ultra. Hit
Who's
a
got two
button
thumbs
called
and is right?
odds.
This
It's
guy.
right there. You go into the shop, hockey, NHL, Fleer Ultra, and
Okay,
there's
no, we're
literally
going back,
description odds. There all the odds are here.
but it's separated.
It's one big
Is the
clump.
point, right? Okay, we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna go to shop, shop till I
Yeah.
drop. I'm gonna sort by.
Fleer Ultra.
Or
No, just go
where's?
to Fleer Ultra. Go to Fleer
Oh, I
Ultra.
see. I see. I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
And you see?
there's
You see the
there's the
description? Move
odds.
over. Odds. Boom.
Yeah,
Done.
I get that. But
Done.
where's the checklist? Oh, here's the checklist, right? So now if I go to like the orange foil parallel, which I'm very excited about, I don't understand the odds. Now to get the odds, I have to go back to the odds screen.
Yeah. Guess what?
Get 2 monitors.
Sorry.
That's what they're
Yeah.
telling you, Josh.
I
Get
have
2
I have
monitors.
You know,
I
my
have
mom would
3
say is,
monitors.
"Ooh, look at you, all rich at Upper Deck." Um,
Dude,
my
COVID,
mom would
having to
say,
do everything with one monitor, it will
mm,
That's horrible.
that
"Should we
was
start a
not fun.
GoFundMe for you too?" To
No, I got
get
3
a,
now.
okay,
I have
okay. Well,
one like has my like what I'm working on. I have one that has my email, and then I have the other one where I'm watching Sports Card Live.
Okay, we watched too. It's all right. When is Skybox the X2000 coming out?
It's a great question. It's coming out though. We're
This
working
year?
on it.
This year?
No,
Not
no.
in,
This year's
no.
fini.
It'll
It's
be
done.
I
it'll be
tried to get them. Yeah.
it'll be early next year. It's on
Okay.
the way. We are
Okay.
in the final stages of getting stuff ready for that. So yeah,
Any
it's
chance you would give it all to me?
Yeah, do it. Yeah,
yeah, of
let
course.
us break something. Let us break some news. Tell Grant, be like, those guys really want to like break some news. We got the
Man,
music for
We
it.
want to get excited
Grant's
about it.
not, no, you got to talk. You got to start talking to brand like our brand team now,
Well, who are they?
because I don't get to determine when stuff's released. I don't get to determine who releases information. Our brand team's the one that discusses. Hey, this next time you go to the showcase, the rookie showcase, you'll see a bunch of brand guys there, and you can talk to them. Did you see Will at the expo? He's there. The little Will, little nice hair and stuff. Smiles a
No.
lot.
Nice
He was at
hair and stuff.
he was
Who's that?
he was
That's
at the
like
It
10% of
smiles,
the
and we
way.
totally want to meet him. No,
his
but
eyes didn't look like they were sunken in or anything like that.
Oh,
He
get
was
out of here. I know. I can't help it.
but the problem, Billy, for you, of course, is when you come on wildly popular shows now that we have two people. That's breaking news. I was very
Yeah.
excited to hear from you that we have two audience members. That you all of a sudden become the source of everything at Upper Deck, right? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, tell
not if
Billy
you
my
have.
package got lit,
Yeah,
or
No,
I know.
you need
Tell Billy
Tony on,
my
get
box was
Tony on here
ruined.
some more. Get Party
no.
Time Pat, Matthew. They'll all come on.
Who's the
I'm
person?
mad at Party
Dude,
Time
no,
Pat
you
because
know what's
there
gonna
was no Party Time parallel in Artifacts this year.
you know what's gonna happen is you're gonna turn in just like Jeremy Lee, who like initially like I was on early, and then all of a sudden he worked his way to Grant, and then he worked his way to Jason and Mike Phillips and those guys. You're just gonna slowly like forget about me, and you're gonna start going higher and higher up
Billy, it's so
the food
sad.
chain. And I'm just gonna be begging like, hey, can I send you free product just so maybe I can be on there and I can open it with you for 10 minutes, and
You're
then
the guest of the year,
um,
Billy. We're gonna wait till you get your
no, you
award.
guys finally had Bobby on. I was so happy about that. That
Yeah.
dude
Yeah,
is
I think our
is
Jason dream died as soon as Phil like opened his mouth on the show.
Yeah.
no.
Wait, who's Jason? Oh, the CEO.
Oh my
Yes, I'm sorry. No,
Now it
don't
died.
listen.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me. It's not
Then
fair.
again,
That's not fair. There's a lot
we're
going
like,
on up here, man.
we're like,
Oh,
Jason, and Phil's like,
yeah. I'm gonna meet him in person one day and I'll have no idea. And you guys are gonna like watch from afar, be like, he has no clue who he's talking
no,
about.
we're gonna set you up, and I'm
know.
confident. I'm actually okay telling you that right now because I'm 100% confident you'll forget.
Yeah.
And there's no, and that'll even make it more funny that that at one point you will have known it's coming,
Yeah.
but by the time it happens, oh yeah.
Billy,
we're gonna,
who's the person that decides who releases the pictures of the set coming out? We want to be the people to show the pictures because people watch us and they would love it and we would love to talk about it. Like is that the brand
we're
team? Is the brand
we're
team
no,
decides that?
that's I mean our marketing team will do that, but we're very greedy when it comes to who gets to release information. So once we release it on
Yeah.
Facebook or whatever, you guys are pretty quick on seeing the stuff. It's just a matter of us getting it out there and getting it out there earlier
I
on time and
defend
stuff.
you. Let's be honest for a second. My comment is one of few, and I defend because from my heart and everything. Most people get upset, and I feel bad because it's like, what did I? Yeah, okay. Well, I feel bad, and I try to defend it, but sometimes when it's so much after the release, it's hard to defend a little bit.
Our goal, and I'll tell you what we try to do. Our goal is to release a photo gallery at 2 weeks before the release date. Same with the
That'd be great.
checklist.
Yeah.
But we usually that's released on Facebook. I don't know if you're on Facebook or not.
Mhm.
If you are, do not try to follow me.
That's
But
why he hasn't accepted my friend request. Oh, you're so
no,
mean. I love it.
I
Though.
actually I don't accept friend requests on Facebook.
Yeah, me neither. It's out of
Anyone
control.
who wants to talk to me on Instagram, you're more than
Hmm.
welcome to. It's my
Good rule.
Instagram is at loudphil dot
Don't listen
dot
up. Blah, blah,
com.
blah, 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 blah.
But
Block that out, Josh.
no,
and ask Danny Heatley questions, please.
No,
yes,
do
yes.
not. Go back
Uh,
what you were saying though. It's
no, but but we release it on Facebook, and then usually people will take it from there. Like those are usually live cards. We have a marketing department. If you're talking about the videos, usually we don't do the videos because we don't get the cards until like Matthew built Parkhurst Champions. He doesn't even have a QA case yet to look at to tell people this is what the cards look like.
Why doesn't he get scans from the print company? They should look how much money
Well,
you're paying. They should pay.
we do have those, and those, as I said, are supposed to go out 2 weeks before release. We
Yeah.
do our best to do that. It's the holidays right now. There's a lot going on, so I don't know if
Yeah, I'm just saying in
we
general.
missed those.
Not
I don't know
You're
if
the
those are out
customer,
yet or not.
Billy. Demand better.
Are those not out? Let me look. Did we not
I
put those
just
out?
I listen, my dentist, you can get every receipt you can get emailed to you immediately. They should be giving you scans. The first
Well,
sheets, those are
the
printed
problem, Phil, the
immediately.
scans don't tell the story. They need to see them in hand.
Well, someone should fly. Do you want me to go there? I'll live in Italy. I'll do a co-op in Italy and I'll fly back and forth. And I'll bring you the cards.
We don't print everything in Italy.
Okay, well, then even
right,
easier. Then we
so-
should know them 3 weeks before if they're printed in the good old US of A.
We don't by happen to
Dude, I
print
bought
cards in
so
jail, do
many of
you?
those
Because I'm
Sarah
pretty sure Phil will
Fillier.
live there soon.
Yeah, Josh.
I'm looking. There's the Boston set. So there's pictures of the Boston set.
Didn't you
There's
guys
a
already
video
do
of
that? I was
Tony.
confused by that.
We did a box
Or is-
set and then we built like a set.
Oh,
Oh, dude, they're on there. There's live
What?
cards posted
Oh,
November
this isn't a
27th.
gotcha moment. Don't act like you got
no,
me
part
on
Champions,
something.
we did that in our review. Thanks for watching. It's very
Yeah.
kind to be.
Posted
not-
November. So yeah, we put out live images.
I want every set out to be consistent. Like, okay, how about this? Not Future Watch. I'm calling this set. I'm calling SPA Future Watch set.
Dude,
The SPA.
Matthew, have these
You
guys
guys
crop the images next time.
You guys released information after SPA, the video on Facebook promoting your set. That's what I'm talking. And you get the loud Canadian guy. You got Connor McDavid with his winter jacket on Instagram being like, yeah, you should check out SPA. Man, where's the lights? I have a light here. Look what I have in my silly thing. And I'm a nobody in Ottawa. Where are the lights to advertise for the Upper Deck SPA, you know? I love that set. And the Future Watch, it's iconic. It's legendary. It's so close to everybody's heart. That could be advertised by a social media person really well. My 2 cents.
Phil, don't cut yourself short. You're a nobody in all of Canada. No, Billy, please.
You're so mean, both of you. I love it. You mean guys. All right.
No,
I'm done.
Jimmy and Dan have actually admitted to knowing him. I was just like, do you really know? So?
I do have some more questions that I need answers to here, Billy.
Okay.
Are we going to see like a Fleer Retro or Fleer Showcase set again in the future? Maybe.
I don't know.
That's a maybe. That's a maybe. That's a
That's-
Billy maybe.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
That's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Can I hit the breaking news sounder? Can I?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
No, don't do
No.
it. Don't do it. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Another question. So I don't know if you heard, but the $1 million bounty on the Connor Bedard base Young Guns Gold Opers Gold Opers PSA 10 is fini. It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Did you cry? Did you?
You know, I appreciate the hype that Dave and Adams was able to bring to that card, especially it being a new thing for Series 1 and Series 2 and extended. So that aspect of it, it was great. I think it was one of the first one, if not the first, I think it was still one of the first or the highest bounty at that time. There might have been another $1 million bounty for something else. So that was
It was the
was
Lord of the
awesome.
Rings card that I
But,
think had the other big
Oh,
one.
Gollum.
But the thing,
Lord of the
but
Rings.
yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. But it's just like how long do you want them to wait? I think they were very patient and waited as long as they could. But we already have Series 2 coming out probably in a few months for next year. So it's been 9 months. So
That's long enough. Yeah.
if people are sitting on this stuff.
Well,
and
wait a minute though. So I've seen there's a lot of scuttlebutt out there that people are dissecting the wording, and that the wording could be a little ambiguous to mean either that, well, we're not going to offer the bounty because Bedard hasn't been very Bedardian this year, and the hype is fading a little bit in that regard. Or some people have said that maybe it's already been pulled and paid, and
Yeah.
that's why it's no, and it just kept hush hush,
Oh,
private private.
Tinfoil
I,
hats.
I did not know that there was a TMZ for sports cards, so I'm not quite
You're on it.
sure. But yeah, but I have not heard either. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't work for Dave and Adams. I you know work for Upper Deck, and what they
Yeah.
decide to do with that is totally up to them. So I just was excited when I heard that there was that big of a number. I had no idea, and the fact that a card that myself and my
Mhm.
team helped create had that much hype. Upper Deck hadn't seen that in a while, so
Mhm.
really appreciated it.
So we have the Four Nations face off coming up in February,
Mhm. Yep.
and I think it's gaining some steam. The players was really important to them to make their respective countries' teams, and I think that was kind of cool. Do we have plans? We, as in, because me and Phil now, we're a team. Do we have plans to use like patches from that, like in cup cards, maybe, and
I
or
think
do anything else Four Nations wise?
So I think you'll see something coming from us around the time. And then I think you'll see lots of usage of it because I believe Upper Deck is one of the primary sponsors of the tournament.
Oh,
So with that comes a lot of fun stuff. And uh,
what about hockey card correspondence at the tournament?
Yeah.
Does Upper Deck?
Yeah.
we can barely even like when they have special games like that, we can barely get a photographer in there sometimes. So I don't necessarily know if we'll get correspondence, but
And you're a major sponsor? That's
I think
Yeah.
crazy.
we're one of the I'm pretty sure I don't know if I'm supposed to announce that.
Yeah. I
Um,
know maybe you're
Wait,
not.
wait, wait,
but
wait, 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 wait.
yeah, this one this one better not get me in trouble. But no,
We'll blame
we
Phil.
yeah,
That's
thanks,
fine.
Phil.
You're
No, we
welcome.
we're very proud to cooperate or to work with the NHL and to be a part of it. And you'll see a lot of Upper Deck um, with that thing. There's no All-Star game, so
Thank God.
this sounded like a lot of fun, and Dylan
Yeah.
Larkin's playing in it, so I'm pretty happy. Um, go
Do you
Nice.
think he should be on the team though?
go Red Wings,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah,
But
Billy's a
yeah,
Red Wings fan.
Yeah, I
so
know, but there's a lot of discussion. Larkin shouldn't be on the team. I'm just saying. Don't
oh
hey, don't
no,
shoot me.
no,
I'm
I
just
think
saying.
I'm worried about the coach, to be honest with you. But
Really?
uh,
Mm,
they need a change. They need something right now. So yeah, we're if there'll be a lot of Four Nations stuff that will be
nice. Well, good. I'm
that'll
glad that
be
you guys
coming
are
at you.
involved in some
Yeah,
capacity. You may or may not be a sponsor. We don't know. That was not right.
that was not said straight up.
That was not said straight up. And if it was, Phil made you do it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I got
by blackmailing you via the mail, which is a felony and international
yeah.
crime as well,
I don't know
because
what a
he's in
felony is.
Canada. So we'll totally just message me and we'll set this all up where it'll never come back at you, Billy. I promise.
Get out of here.
One
Appreciate it.
last question is: so what's your next set now?
My next set, I think we just went over this. In my
We
um,
didn't.
not us. I
You're
know,
Oh,
I know.
cheating.
UD2 probably has a few months still.
that's got to be
Um,
like March.
oh, my next set, honestly, is uh, Fleer Ultra Matriarchs.
Oh,
Huh?
that's cool.
What is
Clear.
Matrix?
It is a female Marvel set that I built
Oh,
that expresses the power and strength of women and has a bunch of really cool inserts, and
nice.
I'm really excited about it. Uh, I, I enjoy building the entertainment Fleer
Hmm.
Ultra sets too. It's kind of funny because it's like they're two different worlds. Like the Fleer Ultra entertainment cards are actually like 80-point base cards. Like they're thick.
Wow.
And so you're building pretty much like two different sets when you're building it, even though it's under the same umbrella like brand. So that's one of
Can
the that's
you tell
one.
us? Can you tell us if Mitchkoff's or Celebrini are going to be in Series 2
I
or
can't.
extended? No,
I
okay.
can't tell you that. Sorry. I can promise you though that
One of the two.
I was just trying to think of someone that I can say that Kosa is not. There you go. There's your ba, 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 ba.
Mm,
Who needs a
not gonna
bar
happen.
when you got Celio? Hey, there you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
Kosa is
Hey,
not.
wait, can you do that again, Billy, so I can
No,
record it this time?
no, I know you'd
Okay.
record it. Yeah, it's not like you can't just go back in the tape and have it.
We're always recording.
Yeah,
Well, I think this was very informative. Congratulations on 22 Clear Ultra.
Yeah.
again, it's
And
it's it's just get it in hand, guys. It's such a
Yeah.
beautiful set. Lots of cool technologies. Don't get any of the Saturday night hockey cards. They look horrible. Put them on ComC really cheap in the next couple weeks, and I guarantee they'll probably be bought really cheap. Again, I can't stress that enough. Just second, I'm adding money to my ComC account right now.
mm,
But yeah, it's a lot like when I say it's a lot like last year, I mean it's again, you got to get the cards in hand to really appreciate it.
yeah,
Nice.
I agree.
Thank
Like
you,
the
Billy.
Ultra Team from last year, once you
Oh,
get those in hand, you're hooked on those.
yeah.
And I've bought a few. So, all right, man. Well, I really appreciate you. Have a happy holiday. Happy New
Thanks.
Year.
Yeah, Merry
If
Thank
we don't
you.
Christmas.
talk to you
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah, what do they
And
celebrate in Canada? Is it the same
We
thing?
say
uh,
Merry Christmas in
I'm just
Canada. That doesn't change. Or whatever you want. I'll celebrate anything you want, but it's Merry
did you
Christmas in
say
this house.
Feliz Navidad?
Yeah, that's Spanish, right? That's Spanish.
That is
Okay.
Spanish. Yeah. So you got all right. Well, I'm sure to talk to you at some point in January or February when you got some new stuff cooking. Thank you, Billy Celio and Upper Deck. And final thoughts.
Yeah, we got our for all of our diamond dealers, we got our CDD conference in less than in a couple weeks. So I'm sure you're gonna have a million questions about all the stuff that we reveal there, but that I can't talk about here yet.
Oh yeah, hold on. I want to search for
Is
our
it a plus
invite.
one for the Diamond Dealer Conference? Are dealers allowed to bring a plus one?
That I don't know, and I think you would have had to have paid for it already. It's in Orlando.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
Orlando. We're gonna
I know
have a
two.
nice.
You guys are
Where
We're
lucky. I'll
gonna
see
have.
you next
Oh,
year.
I'll be talking, hanging out with. Usually I'll enjoy a tasty beverage with my
Dan
friend
and
Dan
Jimmy?
and Jimmy. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
good. They're my
Um,
boys, yeah.
they're
Do you see they're
they're good
helping
guys.
my channel so much. They gave me a free box of artifacts, and I'm working on Dan and Jimmy to give me a free box every new release to give away to the audience. That's how awesome they are, man. Dan,
You,
yeah,
you
he
know what
really
you could you
stepped
know what
up.
you could do is like open the box and then you'd have it for like 3 weeks because you would drop a pack behind the desk
Yeah,
and
I
then
know,
maybe
right?
another one under the bed.
I can
And so
never be a breaker, Billy.
each
I can
time you
never be a
each time you
breaker.
could find another pack and open it. People be like, I thought there's
yeah.
supposed to be an auto in this box.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah. No
well,
kidding.
maybe next week.
Well, he drops packs behind a desk and loses them, and you must have dropped our invitation to the CDD conference because I can't find
Ooh.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, and that must be next to your application to be a diamond dealer.
Okay. I think we should wrap it up.
Why would you not want the goofiest, weirdest people in the hobby there to break all the news for you? We have Billy. We have a breaking news sounder. See, there it goes.
Well, this is an opportunity that our diamond dealers, we want to give them a special opportunity, exclusive, where they can, find out about stuff. Like they're the ones that are
Mm,
doing all this stuff.
They're on the
So
front lines, man.
we,
They're at
yeah,
war for
we
you
we
every
want to
day.
give it to them first and give them the opportunities. And I've already heard some of the stuff we might be doing, and I'm pretty excited about it. But who's leaving?
I
Where
guess
you
I'm
going?
excited too.
You gotta go.
They're going. No, I'm here for a while. I gotta finish up a brief for 25-26 ice. So I'm gonna be here a
Okay.
while.
Is
I
it
All right.
hard?
Well, good stuff.
Last question.
Oh,
Is it hard to get motivated for a set that's going to come out in 2 years? I would
no.
find that
Here's
difficult.
here's the thing that it's always funny. And I think I've mentioned this on the show is when a set comes out, they normally like when we do box breaks and stuff. I don't get excited. Why? Because I built next year's and I'm even
Yeah,
more
yeah,
excited for
yeah,
next
yeah. I
year's
can totally
mm,
see that.
because my goal is to improve every set I build. and improve on it. And like that's one of the things I challenge our other product managers to do is like, how did you improve on this from last year? Like what's different?
Mhm.
And what are the new chases? What are that sort of stuff? So
Mhm.
that's important to me when I build stuff. So like I can't even tell you what we're doing to ice, but
Really?
it's going to
It's
be
so
pretty
hot it's
awesome.
melting. That should be a
A
Exactly.
nice
spike,
overhaul.
yeah.
Ooh, now I'm excited. What year are you talking about with ice? Like 2037?
Oh,
Is
I'm
that what
just
you're
saying
working on?
I made some really cool inserts
Oh,
and
cool.
stuff for it. So
Hey Phil, you okay? Are your eyes hurting from squinting so much? Or
No,
I saw
listen, I
you.
got photophobia. Okay, it sounds a silly name, but the heavy light in my
That's
older
a
age is
insert photophobia picture of Phil.
I just wrote
yeah.
it down. I just wrote it
Yeah.
down.
Listen, I think ice is so hot it's melting is a great tagline. Just saying,
Yeah,
kick
but
that upstairs.
that takes a while to write.
Well,
I'm
forget
trying to
it.
think of anything else exciting. Um,
Club sandwich
no.
on white with fries. That's pretty exciting.
No, what I have? Oh, it's Taco Tuesday today. So
Taco Tuesday.
I had
It's
a couple
Tupac Tuesday at my gym.
carnitas tacos and atabata taco, and then they have these potato tacos that are real good. I had one of those. I always get one of those first, and
Oh,
then eat the
did they
taco.
bring that into work? You guys get like free food?
No, I gotta drive like a mile away or a couple miles
Oh,
away. But the thing is, there's a yogurt store right next, like right by it. So then
Oh, you do yoga?
I
You
get
like yoga?
yogurt.
Oh, yogurt.
So I get some frozen yogurt. I get like the California tart, and then I just throw a bunch of sugar stuff on it. Staying healthy.
Get in touch with your downward dog, Billy. Come on. Yoga's great, buddy.
okay. On that, Phil.
What? That's not weird. That's very normal in certain families.
We turned this off a while ago, right? Oh wait, no.
Oh my God.
No.
Why is it say I'm still in the show?
All right, Billy. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. We'll chat with you soon.
Sounds good.
All right, good stuff from Billy. So Phil, you were there. What stood out to you the most about our conversation?
How passionate Billy is about his sets. I love that about him. Nothing specific, but he's a bit of a hand talker too, and he was in a great mood. It was nice to see that how I always forget how many years ahead he's building a set. So I'm glad when he explained a little bit that like we're always like, Billy, are you happy with the set? He's like, yeah, I got to think about it a little bit because I'm already working on 3032 set or 2032, so and it's very admirable how much he's silly and he's serious at the same time, but it is a lot of hard work, and I do appreciate him and his team, the people above him as well, for how much foresight they have to bring us gifts that we love years later, years later.
Yeah, I think by memory serves me correct, he said he's working on 25, and this is 22 that just came out. And thank God it's the last 2022 set.
Oh, it's nice. Hey, get it done. Get it done. They must be happy. How do you, their
Oh,
team
yeah.
meetings
Oh, yeah.
must be great. High fives all around, team building. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else to add, Baba Louie? Have you looked into 22 Flare Ultra at all?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I love when he showed off some of his favorite ones. I don't remember what it was called. It looks like they were standing in front of a bag of chips or something.
Yeah, that was that was
I
funny.
think it's called Bag of Chips.
Bag of chips?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what,
Yeah.
That's from Louis too. I tried to get him to do a poutine card. We'll see. A little die cut French fry card. We'll see what happens. French goalies. French goalies on poutine cards. That's perfect. Yeah. That's funny.
Hey, refresh my memory on what he said, because I believe you asked him something about if it's always just going to be an ePack thing, and did he kind of go,
I forget.
yeah, he was left the door open, I would say. So yeah, there we go.
Or he looked confused. It's one or the other.
Sure.
Maybe there's more to Billy than we thought. No, there's less.
Wow.
Oh, it's funny.
Bill.
He'll laugh. He gave me the gears pretty good.
So if we had to make a poll, I think we should make a poll. This would be fun.
A hobby poll?
Yep, sure. Let's make
I like
a hobby
polls.
poll.
I love them.
And
like hobby polls?
try to guess. Yeah. I want to try to guess what food item, it probably got to come out of a vending machine, that Billy's going to have on his next
He's a vending
card.
machine kind of a guy.
Yeah, Toblerone maybe? No, that's not an vending machine.
Toblerone.
I like Toblerone.
That triangle box of
When was
chocolate
the
or
last
something?
time? Yeah, when was the last time you saw one of those at a vending machine?
Never.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, thank you, Billy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming on.
Sorry, I missed you, Billy. Josh kept you to himself again.
No, he specifically said he didn't want you there.
I doubt it.
He meant to say Phil, not Louis. Yeah.
Well, another news set came out today. We recorded on Wednesday, and it's a set we're all very passionate about. Babalu was at work, so he didn't get to participate. Oh, Phil's got his hand. 2023-24 Parkhurst Champions. We're gonna kind of go off the cuff here. How many boxes are you gonna buy, Phil?
I purchased 2 boxes for myself, and out of the box cards in Ottawa gave me a free box for Friday nights with Phil to give away to the chat. I'm buying my viewers, clearly.
Are you going to open one for all the fans?
Yes. Yes. So I bought 3, or I bought 2 because I had to open one today to get my fix in, like a little crackhead, just a little scratchy. You need my Parkhurst Champions. And yeah, and then Friday I'll open a box at the end of the show. And then I will also give away the box at the end of the show. Man.
So you've opened a box.
Yeah, so have you. Haven't you not?
I have. Yeah.
Interesting. What'd you get?
I want to hear from you first because I'm more. I don't want to.
That means you got a good card. You son of a.
No.
Josh, I don't think you could lose this one. If this was a box.
Yeah, Louis saw me open it. He went, that was a bad box. So my best card is actually a Drake Batherson Gold Rainbow. I love it. I really like the gold rainbows this year. I got a Connor Zari napkin patch, so that was a little weak. The rainbows are nice. I like the design. They're good. There we go. Yep. But the gold is the best to me. It's a beautiful card.
I like your little one. Where'd that go?
I'm gonna get there. Oh. And then I got a die cut of a burning rubber. They're pretty cool. Nice little die cut burning rubber. The base cards are about the same. I really like the card stock, and I like the back this year. They made them nice and brown.
Yeah, the back is cool.
The back is very cool. I'm a really big fan. And then I got 2 of the 52 Parkies. 3. I like them better than the 51s.
But you got a daddy.
Why? Because they're bigger.
Okay.
And I like the pictures better.
Based on your expectations, like yesterday or this morning, before you went to the card shop, do you like this set like worse than you expected? The same? Is it about what you expected, or is it?
No, it's better. It's better than I expected.
And that's why I didn't like. I was very pleasantly surprised in how much I liked it. And the first thing I noticed was the backs they've got like just like a very hard, like papery feel to them, and
beautiful.
Mm-hmm. My best hits were like you. I got a gold. Cartier or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay. That's my favorite. I think I'm going to collect the full set of those.
I got a Sid, one of the minis.
Oh, nice. Flip it. Is it a back?
No, it's not an album back. I was hoping for
I got one.
You did? Oh, well, what does it look like?
Jack Hughes.
I got, who did I get? Oh, I got Hughes. Yeah, I got Jack Hughes.
Oh, let me see the front.
It's my face. There we go. That's better.
It's usually the problem.
It's usually the solution.
Is your face the problem?
Yeah, the solution.
I like that.
Eh? Yeah, it's sick. I wish it was full size.
I like those.
But that's the size that 1952 was.
I know, Josh. Yeah.
Okay. Here's my. It's not a super big hit, but it's okay. Like a Seth Jarvis out of 15 auto.
Oh, that guy's everywhere, man. He's all over. He's my O'Reilly. Anyway.
Yeah.
I got to get him in hand. I got to come over and see yours, Josh, or something, because I was watching a few breaks today, and I'm just like, I think I'll.
Speaking the color variations.
I don't like them. Last year's color's better, I think.
Okay, well, no, you were saying you're watching breaks and you were disappointed, Louis?
I just didn't like the way. I honestly didn't like the way they looked, but I want to see them in hand. I'm gonna, like I told Phil, I said I'm gonna finish my last year's base legends that first before I dive into that. But I like the little ones, like that Crosby and the Hughes. Those are awesome.
I'm a big fan of the minis.
Louis, how are you gonna finish the base set? Are you gonna buy a box?
No, I'm gonna probably just
ComC.
Go to ComC.
Yeah, 10 cents each. You can finish in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You can literally finish your whole set in less than 5 minutes on ComC.
Yeah. Well, I need them all but 2. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so better than I expected.
Very nice set.
Good.
I'm very impressed. Yeah, very impressed.
That
I don't
makes
love
me
the
excited.
Bedard 150 seems a little steep. I mean, I'd be a lot happier at 120, wouldn't you?
It's coming to an end. It's coming to an end.
Yeah.
We're past the grind, right? We went through the meat grinder. We're good.
Well, hopefully you get a better card than on your show Friday night. That'd be nice.
I'll probably end up giving away my buddy Frank. I showed Louis earlier. He bought 4 cases, and on the second box in, hit a Bedard patch auto.
About 4 cases?
Yeah, he usually buys 4 cases of everything. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a dealer. He's a big dealer in Ottawa.
I wonder if that gets like exhausted. Like, does he open them all on the same day? He can't.
Frank's pretty nuts, man. He's good. He's one of the best men I've ever met. He's top notch. I don't know how he does it, but if he has a system, I trust him how he does it, because he does. He has a big clientele. He always messages me if I want a card. He's very professional, top notch. If you're in Ottawa, deal with Frank. Frankie Fives.
Frankie.
Frankie.
What's up, Frankie?
Okay, we're gonna move on to the Fanatics weekly hockey preview. Fanatics, of course, is a partner sponsor of our show. Thank them for their support. The December premiere ends tonight, so there'll be some big cards. 77 total cards in this month's premiere. 5 of those are hockey cards. You're gonna want to log on to fanaticscollect.com to check this one out. Yeah, it's one of 12 of their big monster auctions of the year. I love this photo too from their website. So I'm a big PMG guy, as you know, and these are all cards in the premiere auction. All 5 green PMGs, multi-sport. There's like an Elway, a Karl Malone. Who's that? Basketball one.
John Elway?
Oh, Reggie. Somebody for the Pacers. 13.
Karl Malone?
Well,
Mark
Reggie
Jackson.
Miller?
Mark Jackson.
Yeah. Mark Jackson, Tiger Woods, and then the McDavid rookie year green PMG from 2015 Fleer Showcase, which is an awesome card. Yeah, I just think it's cool how they're able to kind of create that collage, I guess we'll call it. I'm a fan of collages.
I like how you use the green background for the green cards. It really makes them stand out really well.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the weekly is more my budget, though. These are all definitely out of my price range. And the good news is there's numerous great hockey cards available again this week, just like every week in the Fanatics Collect Weekly. I'm sure you've noticed, Phil, that we've done now the handful of these like top 5 sales reports or videos. And there's 1 or 2 Fanatics Collect cards in each of the ones we do. So a lot of heat also comes from the weekly auction. The 3 of us have gone through the auction. We spent some time picking our both, favorite and vintage and modern cards. And I was going to let Phil go first this week, but then you texted me saying that you're scared.
No,
So
that did not happen.
Phil, did you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. And so I'm going to start out with my favorite vintage card of the week. This card, a 1958 Topps Gordie Howe BVG 7.5. I just the look of this card I've always loved. I think it's sort of like the dual tone blue background, and then Gordie in an almost total red uniform. Hey Louis, remember like when the NFL had that like color rush kind of phase that they went through where it was like all purple for the Vikings or all black? No,
I'm going to be honest and say no, because I did not collect football.
I don't need it.
Tell a lie.
Yeah, good. You're a good boy. But you got Gordie almost like head to toe red. Those gloves are amazing. We love to have those things just weigh like 40 pounds. I feel like all red breezers, Phil, breezers. The B word, breezers. Yeah. And then I just like the 1958 top set overall. And
is it Brazzers?
What?
No, Phil, this is a family show.
Oh no,
Breezers.
I thought that's what you were alluding to. I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
No, this is what you wrongly call hockey pants. We call breezers.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I was zoned out there for a sec. I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh, all right. Oh, another thing I kind of like about this card, Gordie. He looks like a relatively youngish man, not like the grandpa that needs to go back to the nursing home after the hockey game in most of his hockey cards. So
The 79 one.
They spelt his name with a Y, not an IE, too.
Yeah, they did that too.
Mhm.
I think there's 2 or 3 cards that spell with a Y on there. I don't know. I've just always liked the card. I like the set. So the last sale of a 1958 Topps Gordie Howe BVG 7.5 was in March of 2021 on the Fanatics Weekly, and of course, it was this exact card. Sold for $614 US. We'll see if it beats that now 3.5 years later. It's also the all-time high. You got a current bid?
$130 US.
All right, Baba Louie, what was your vintage oldie but goodie?
Oh, a fun Wayner.
Wiener.
No. Oh, did I get all screwed up here? Whose is this? George Josh?
Yeah, that's my modern one.
Oh, good. I made oopsies. Well, let's go with this one.
Okay.
1982. O-Pee-Chee. Wayne Gretzky PSA 8. I picked this one first off because for the last, I don't even think I've told you guys method to my madness here, but I've been starting to collect like the first 3 years of players.
Oh,
So, this one, there was I like this card. It's gorgeous looking. The reason for this one I chose, I know it's year 4 because I'm probably not getting a rookie anytime soon. So
yeah.
if I do this with Wayne, it might be years 2, 3, and 4.
Makes
But
sense.
one of my favorite O-Pee-Chee designs. It's just a great card, and I might actually participate in my second Fanatics
Oh.
weekly auction.
Are you
But
into early 80s cards, Phil, too?
Not as I was a long time ago, and I have the ones I want. I love this card. I love his 82. I think it's a nice card. Yeah.
PSA has graded this card 2,964 times.
That's it?
Yep.
It's
And
not that bad.
1,006 have earned the PSA grade. There are only 31 PSA 10s. So that gives you a monster gem rate of 1%.
That's great. Only 31, eh? Tenors.
Only
Yeah.
31
Low, very
tenors.
low.
Last sale of this card was on August 27th for $111.50 US. And currently the bid sits at $33 US. Still in my wheelhouse.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. So, and I have no idea what the sales numbers are that I'm quoting, but let's say the PSA 10 copy of this is worth like 10 grand or something like that. And there's like an early cup limited logos Gretzky out of 25 or something like that. That's way beyond his playing days, but is the modern kind of patch auto card. What do you think is a better long-term bet?
Oh,
Like a 82 playing days,
And
31 pop, or like ultra modern limited logos patch auto type card.
how crazy do you want me to respond? Well, right to crazy. I would go for the modern day game used patch because I firmly believe at some point in the future, I'm sorry, Brad, what I'm about to say, but at some point in the future, objective AI digital grading will happen. It just will. Humans will be out of it. So if we're going for long game, I would much rather the game used patch because that's much more part of history than some. Well, I'll even say some very good graders, subjective grading points to give that a 10. Because what if that computer comes back and says, it's an 8.5, really? And you're like, no. So that's my weird answer.
What about you, Baba Louie?
I'm going for the newer one.
I think I'd go the older one, but maybe I'm just different.
I want to, but if no, probably not.
Okay.
Why,
Bill.
Josh? No, not me yet. Why? Why?
I don't know, because there's something about me that really leans towards playing day cards versus whatever you call it,
Okay.
like legend, kind of.
Like, what about the last Gretzky that just passed, right? The cup card, it went for like 5,500. So you would rather a PSA 10 of this
Yes.
than that card? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, good.
Because
Okay.
it's representative of the time he played and the era.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
hear
there's a
you.
wrong. I don't think there's
Yeah,
a right
I don't
answer.
know.
No, of course not. No, there's a what's your favorite color? Blue. Ah, you're wrong. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay,
Really?
now your turn.
Okay, here we go. So I picked a 1979, 1980 Topps Wayne Gretzky. The reason I picked this is because it is the forgotten Wayne Gretzky. A lot of Gretzky here today with our vintage picks. Yes, I know. It's not an O-Pee-Chee, and it's not the rookie everyone wants, but it is kind of. I rarely find folks appreciate the might of the Topps Gretzky rookie. I don't like it better. I respect it for what it is. It's a better paper stock. It's got better colors, and it's almost always much better centered. Almost, right? There's outliers. I've seen some bad tops. I'm like, whoa. So there's always an argument constantly, especially with the old farts around, that O-Pee-Chee Wayne is much more rare because we didn't print as much up here in Canada as our American neighbors. I don't really know about that. I don't have strong opinions on it, but I have 43 years of life. And in my experience, I have not found that to be true. I am not the best person to ask. I'm just going by my personal experience. Maybe Bobby Burrell next week when we talk to him, he can let us know. Or Richard Scott. He's also extremely well knowledgeable about Wayne Gretzky and O-Pee-Chee. So we have a couple of access points. We can figure that out. So I'll give you well, apparently I can't talk. I will give some data which is very interesting about the population report about PSA and the Wayne Gretzky rookies. So I'm sure most of the good listeners know there are 2 10s for Topps and 2 PSA 10s for O-Pee-Chee. There are 128 9s for Topps and 95 9s for O-Pee-Chee. I'm going to go right to 6, okay? There's 1,241 8s for Topps and 823 8s for O-Pee-Chee. There are 2,033 7s for Topps and 1,413 7s for O-Pee-Chee. Just one more, guys. 2,126 6s for Topps PSA and 1,883 O-Pee-Chee 6s. So everything I just dictated, Topps has more cards than O-Pee-Chee. I will not dictate 5 and under, but they are far more than O-Pee-Chee. So in total, there are 9,603 Topps graded cards. And O-Pee-Chee, there's 11,524. So is Topps more rare than O-Pee-Chee? I don't know. I don't think that's the best metric to gauge that, but it definitely should be a big part of the conversation. So yeah, I'm getting distracted here. So if you're looking to get into a Wayne Gretzky rookie card and you don't really care about O-Pee-Chee or Topps, I personally love the super rough cut on the O-Pee-Chee, and that's what I look for. And I look for the crispness of the Topps and a nice, well-centered. I own a 7 Topps. I bought it for $3,800 about 2 years ago. And I love it. I think it's one of the best cards I've ever owned. It's not one of my favorites, but it's a staple in my collection. It looks almost identical to this. I don't really know how this doesn't get an 8 or an 8.5, but feel free to go zoom in on it on the Fanatics Collect website. They take beautiful scans of it. Current bid is $1,025. Yeah, if you're looking to get in the market of a Gretzky Wayne, I think a great start would be a Topps version. And if you start at the 7s, they're a great card. You cannot tell a difference between a top 7 and an 8. I bet you any money. You know, that's
Good
it.
review.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to modern. My pick this week was a 2015-16 Upper Deck McDavid Young Guns CGC 10, and I had to pick this one for a very specific reason, knowing
like
that that
I
CGC is.
like your reason. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry to jump over you there, but
Oh, no worries.
good.
I think most people agree that CGC, or the opinion that I've heard floated out there by people in the know, is that they're good, reliable graders, like that they grade cards well, and you can generally trust their grade. But I also know that it's almost weird to see a card like this in a CGC holder, right? Most
Mhm.
often these would be graded by PSA or Beckett. And so the first thing that I got really curious about is like, well, how many CGC 10s are there even? So I did kind of a breakdown between the 4 big companies. And you look at gem mint grades, you can't just go by 10 because like a 9.5 and Beckett is a gem mint. Well, there's 7,830 Beckett 9.5s. There's 3,062 PSA 10s, 61 SGC 10s, and 12 CGC 10s. This is one of 12 copies of the McDavid Young Guns that's ever received the gem mint grade from CGC. And only 36 copies have ever been graded by the company. So it's like a third gem rate or something like that. And I think the logical assumption that, if you're in if you're a Sylvan from like the magical land of Moncton, that you would think of as, would this be a crossover opportunity, right? If we believe that Beckett or that CGC has generally good grades, and if you do like your own examination of the card, would there be an automatic gain just by crossing this over to a PSA 10? And so, you know, I don't know, is there a again enough spread where you could do like a Mary Gamble and make some money?
Hey, that's my girl.
Yeah, you
Go
got the
find your
hots for
own.
Mary Gamble.
Yeah. I did have to unfollow her. She
Yeah.
stopped paying
Oh,
attention
wow.
to me.
You still into her?
Yeah, I like her. She's crazy. I love it. I like a strong woman. She looks very strong.
The problem with this calculus, though, is that no McDavid Young Guns CGC 10 has ever sold. So I had to go to find what do they call that? A corollary. I had to go back to our old reliable Bedsy. And here's what I found out. On June 3rd and 4th of this year, a Bedard Young Guns CGC 10 sold for an average of about, between the two sales, $700. At that same time, a Bedsy Young Guns PSA 10 was selling for about 850. So that's like a 21.5% difference between. So maybe there would be a similar like 20 to 25% difference in price. So again, if you're a flipper, is that worth the gamble? No idea. That's not who I am. But if you're just a collector and you want a clean copy, buy the card, not the grade, do your own examination, but your odds would say you'll get a decent discount over a PSA 10 buying this card. And so that's what made it stand out to me.
And a wicked slab. CGC slabs are
I love
like
it.
them?
Yeah, they're so
yeah,
nice.
very little bit of a blue tinty on them, I find, but
Blue.
Yeah.
You got a current bid, Baba Louie?
Current bid 875 US dollars.
All right, your pick for modern, Louis.
Let's go. So, about a month ago, was it a month ago or more? I looked at one of these in a Sidney Crosby variety. It's a 2005 Upper Deck Alexander Ovechkin rookie class. I am so tempted to go after like this in the Crosby just for the fact that I know I'm never going to end up with a Young Guns, but to have a cool rookie card in 05 of these guys, I think it's a good place for somebody to be if they want something like this and don't want to dish out a ton of money like me.
Yeah.
Simple is they're great looking cards. I don't know how many. I did look up this one in for PSA that they've graded this card 2,946 times. And that's, both of these last two cards, the amount of times they've been graded is just monstrous. And 1,284 have a PSA 9 grade. Now, there are 1,052 PSA 10s lingering around out there. And this card happens to have a gem rate of 35%. Last sale of this PSA 9 was on December 12th for 72. But looking around different places, I expect this to go well over $100. Current bid for it, I do. I think this will go for probably 125 at least.
Was this a retail pack? Like, was this found like
it's
in
a
a mega
Walmart box, isn't it? Those Walmart rookie class.
Oh, I don't know.
See, I tried to look that up before we got going here tonight, and I couldn't figure out where they came from. So somebody please
Oh,
jump in
somebody
and
will know
tell me.
listening
Yeah,
for sure. They'll be like, how do you not know this? I'm like, easy, I don't.
I don't.
You idiots. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
is this your
We
first time
admit it.
listening to the show?
Yeah, but
I agree with you though. It's a very very affordable if you want an OV rookie and you don't want to drop $5,000 in a Young Guns PSA 10.
Yep. Right now it's sitting at $12 US, the current bid. Oh, so cute.
Okay. Phil,
Yeah.
you put them on a card and now you
Yeah.
get to talk about it. That's how this works.
Yes. So I picked a wicked card. I picked a 2013-2014 Upper Deck The Cup base card of Grant Fuhr. What a banger. Look at that card. Good
Yeah.
listener. Are you listening and seeing that card?
What?
It's a base card of a cup card. So 2013-2014 base cards are always numbered to 249. I've not found a year where that does not seem to be true. Many folks collect the parallels of these base cards. I am also one of those people that collect the parallels of these base cards, but we're looking at just a regular base card. It's not autographed. I can't read that. It's 50 something out of 249. I think these cards are just such sleepers. I mean, they're not sleepers, they're not hits, but any card from the cup is amazing and expensive. So I'm not a big Grant Fuhr guy, but if you look at any cup base card design, they're generally extremely well produced. The designs are excellent. The pictures are excellent. The cards are crisp and clean. A lot of the cup patch cards are rough, but I find a lot of the base cards can pick up a lot of that slack. I can definitely see myself as I get older and hopefully making more money in the future to get full sets of base cards. Imagine having the full set of every cup base card. That would be amazing. You know, I don't know how you'd store that or whatnot. Some of my personal favorite set design years are 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020. I highly recommend folks take a look at any base card of any cup year. I guarantee you there will be a design that you would love. And the cards go from anywhere from $5 to $25 for commons. Listen, as a big collector, I'm telling you, a very advantageous journey would be to do that. Pick your favorite cup year and finish the base set. It's totally possible. And that
Have you ever done it?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've done it. So I have the first year, all the base cards.
Okay.
But I did not. I cheated. I bought them. I bought them off of Rourke. Rourke pick, great seller. Him and his dad. Yeah, Rourke. He's on Facebook. Great guy. I picked that up and I cheated. I didn't collect the whole thing. I have a lot of cards along the way that I collected over the years of the first year of the cup, and now I have doubles because it's too expensive on the first year of the cup. But the rest I do.
Right.
So I am trying to finish 2018, 2019 base cards. And yeah, sorry, I just lost my spot there. So the current bid is $9.60. Don't spend more. Josh, you need to stop what you're doing. don't spend more than $20 because there's two on eBay right now for over $20. Let's be honest, no one listening is going to probably go buy this Grant Fuhr card unless what I said made sense to you and you like the design. Go buy it, but don't spend more than $20.
It's a great card. It's a really nice card too. It's a great design card, a beautifully looking card. So
yeah, and this card's available on Fanatics, not eBay. I apologize, I screwed that up again. Yeah,
it's all right. You
Is
can
it
bid on
though?
these 6.
It's not though. It's not okay. I know it's not okay. I meant Fanatics, not Bay of E.
Phil, we'll be punished later.
Yeah, I know we're losing our sponsorship. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
You can bid on these 6 or any of the other amazing hockey cards available this week at fanaticscollect.com. Personal pickups. Phil, did
Nothing.
you not buy anything?
I didn't get anything. I got a Drake Batherson rainbow, gold rainbow. That's what I got.
A rainbow. Louis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Surprised?
No.
Nothing? You got nothing?
2018-19 Upper Deck exclusives out of 100. Nico Hischier. That'll
You've
be
been you've been on a big Hischier kick. It's kind of fun to watch.
Does Joanne know you bought this card, Louis?
Oh.
No.
She did it. Oh my God, amazing. Okay, go ahead.
And then to complement it, I went with the 2020-21 exclusives out of 100. Nico Heischer.
You told her that one though, right?
She'll see him when I get him. I always show her.
Okay, well that's good. Good.
What?
Good. What?
All right. I
But
got
I'm
one
being-
card.
Hey, hold on. It's
wait.
not your turn yet. But yeah, I'm being
Oh, I thought
kind
you were
of.
done, sorry.
I'm doing it kind of. I'm done with cards, but I'm doing a PC kind of different than I would usually. A lot of times I would just go out and grab everything. This time I'm trying to do the whole autos, or at least it's numbered, or
Okay.
something off the cuff. But I'm having fun with it.
Nice.
Okay,
My
Josh.
turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I got one card. I actually have it in hand.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, your first pickup. Nice.
Oh, stop. It's a 2024 Upper Deck Fiala holotypes. Right here.
You're showing a Kevin Fiala holotypes as a pickup?
It's part of the set. I'm building the holotype set.
Oh, sorry, I got another pickup. I got a Matty Beniers yellow 50 out of 50. Yeah. Come on.
I got one half of an AirPod.
Okay, let's wrap it up.
Oh
my god.
Gonna have a sponsor disclaimer now.
I know, we're totally getting dropped, aren't we? Oh,
So
sorry.
you are. We're
Yeah,
not.
that's fine. They're like, look, you have two choices. We drop your sponsorships or you get rid of that Phil guy. I just
think
want to
you
answer
did.
my phone tomorrow. So
Everyone loves you, Phil. Don't worry about it.
thanks, buddy.
Well, if you like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, yeah, we're there. Please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $2.99 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description for the good listener on the podcast apps and on YouTube, and our Instagram, TikTok profiles, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, and on the Patreon website, patreon.com. You just search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. We are on social. We're cool. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gong Show podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Keep those roads safe, Louis.
Hmm?
Take us out.
Bye.
Bye.